Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Forgotten Realms Gaming. Last week was weird for our episodes because a huge chunk of that 7-hour session was corrupted, which led us to only be able to salvage the final battle with Sloane and everything else at the end. We weren't able to catch the breaking into the Hammerhead's base or the race, which was very sad.
They were
But
very entertaining.
they were very
Yes,
good.
everyone would have been quite entertained by Desiree just breaking all of the things.
We Paavu made a new friend, and everybody missed it.
Friend.
So whoever is going to recap.
I can. So, I believe what we began that session off with was, we began our plan to take the core from the Hammerhead base, and how we begun that was Drizzle wild shaped into a cockroach to scout out the base first. Found a room with, I think like 5 people in it and 1 goblin, and the goblin keeping an eye on the core. So what we did was we had Tirth and Drizzle go in using sneaky magic and whatever to take the core, with Desiree being a distraction at the end. And the goblin was, I forgot his name, but it was the guy, what was his name again?
The goblin?
Yimik.
Yeah.
Yimik. I'm
Yimik.
thinking about renaming that because that's just a very strange name.
It was
Um,
Yimik.
I mean, he's a goblin.
Yeah, it
We're in
is a
fantasy
goblin.
Setting. All of
Right.
these names are
Right. Yeah, Yimik. Leave it at that. Fine. Yimik.
Yeah. And the way
think
how
I may
we
have
were
e-
able to get the core out from right under his nose was we got him to flee by tricking him into thinking he was being haunted by the bugbear. That he was, responsible for his death, right?
He told Paavu, Tirth, and Unser way back in episode like
God.
2 to kill him.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
nice.
what happened from
Make
there
no
was
mistake.
he fled and had a nice little talk with Paavu outside of the base.
And even though that sounds like the way you said that, even though it sounds like it's something super bad, it was actually really touching.
It was very wholesome.
Yeah.
It was very wholesome, which is what sucks is how we missed it.
Paavu even
continue.
gave Yimik one of Garfield's business
Business
cards.
cards.
And told
Which
and said-
occurred to me
Yimik
in a
was-
fantasy setting, a business card is literally just someone's name because there are no email addresses or phone numbers. It's just a
You
card
just
with a
give 'em a- you
name
just
on it,
give 'em a
nothing
sending
else.
I mean, we have trains and cars, so
Well, battle wagons, but yeah,
You give
so
him a,
yeah, there's
a
probably
sending
like
stone.
yeah, on the business card it's Garfield the Deals Warlock, Fantasy Costco on the moon. Anyway, continue.
And when we went back to Hurley at her garage, she gave us animal masks to fit the theme of the battle wagon races. I believe Desiree was the polar bear, Tirth was the
Yep.
rattlesnake, Drizzle was the dolphin, and what was Paavu?
Snow leopard.
Snow leopard.
Yeah,
Oh,
snow
yeah.
leopard.
And I believe, was Hurley the ram?
Hurley was the ram.
Yeah, and
Penny wasn't there.
Yeah, Penny wasn't there, but I believe we just gave her the goat.
Just gave it goat for the sake of just including it.
And the race began, and I can't even remember like how we took care of most of them, but I remember, yeah. So
that's
were
because
just-
we didn't. I did.
Yeah,
They
which was
reached
kind
me,
of
and then they broke.
Yep.
right,
yeah we
right,
broke
because that auto crit on objects.
we broke.
Hey,
Paavu didn't
it's
even
not
catch.
my fault. You presented me.
I never
right
said
after
it was your
I
fault.
did
I'm
that
just
with
I know.
with a fight where the best option was to just break stuff.
break the objects. Yeah, I wasn't saying anything ill about it. I'm just saying because the only reason it broke at her was because of the freaking auto crit on the objects. Anyway, continue.
And we it seemed that we needed to get rid of almost all the competition before we could reach Sloane's battle wagon, which seemed to be almost always ahead of us. But instead of just destroying her wagon, Tirth made the very intelligent move of just banishing her and having us win the race, and then summoning her back from wherever she was banished. And she was very upset with that.
Less upset, just purely different. She wasn't Sloane anymore
Yeah.
at that point. She was basically Gundren with the Phoenix Fire Gauntlet at that point.
Mm-hmm.
After finding out she lost the race, she Gundren continued.
And was it from this point on that we have? The
Yeah,
recording
from that point on, we caught it. But if you want, just continue recapping.
I would love a recap.
All right.
Yeah.
So, a massive vine structure with a platform at the top seemed to erupt from Sloane. Actually, no. Before that,
A
she caused
tornado
to blow
enveloped
us all
Sloane.
back.
Tornado.
A
Yeah.
tornado enveloped Sloane. Everybody hopped into the battle wagon and drove in.
Yeah.
Then was the big vine thing.
Yeah, then it was the big vine thing, and after reaching the top, there was the floor was made out of vines, and Sloane kind of sunk into them, and what took her place was a shambling mound, which we almost killed, but then Hurley, at the last moment, jumped in, and all of the vines seemed to start withering away, and at the base of it all, there was a tree, which the wood took the
Well,
form.
no,
No?
you were knocked out and then transported
yeah.
to the center of town
Oh, yeah.
inside a fountain where the tree was.
Yeah, where the tree was. And the
Right.
tree, the wood of it made the vague shape of two people hugging.
Which you would
Quite a
you
detailed
assume,
shape, actually, because we were able to identify both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were able to see that they were Sloane and Hurley. And then at the foot of the tree was the mask and masks of Hurley's and Sloane's and the sash.
Yep. And I believe we took both first and second prize earnings because we got rid of every single racer.
After seeing Captain Bang
Yeah, Captain.
poisoned.
It seemed that he attempted to poison us, but then he slapped the drinks out of our hands and poisoned himself, and he died like really fucking fast.
Apparently, instantly.
Apparently, yes. Not even apparently, yes, instantly.
I could have done something if I had been there. Well, fuck.
No, you
Yeah.
couldn't.
No,
I could
You've
have.
done
Could
something,
lay
and
on
he
hands
was
away.
there, but he died instantly from the damage. So it
I
didn't
have
matter.
someone to literally bring back life.
Yeah,
What?
that's
I can revivify.
Already? You're
That's a
only-
level
we're only-
5 spell. That's a 3rd level spell.
What the heck? No,
Oh,
it
that's
isn't.
500
true.
gold
Revivify
worth
is
diamond.
lower level. But-
Yeah.
But the caveat is
Revivify
I have
was
to
like-
do it.
Isn't Revivify 8th?
No.
No, Revivify is the
That's
earliest
Raised Dead.
resurrect you can
Raised
get.
Dead is a
and-
5th level spell.
yeah.
Right? But you have to do it within 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were there and said, hey, I want to revivify, you probably would have been able to, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Revivify is
shit.
actually 3rd level, so.
Dang, I had no idea it was lower. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, the difference between it and the others is it has a 1 minute time limit. You can't
1
get them
minute
up
time
after
limit.
that.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
from that point on, Drizzle talked to the Sloane and Hurley while they were a tree. I forgot
That was
exactly what they
before,
said, but it was just
ban.
about them being okay with us
Yeah, they were
selling their
okay. They
belongings.
wanted you to sell the belongings and give them to a charity to clean up the slums.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened behind Captain Bane after he fell?
I do not.
goes with the red robe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the red robe guy. Was it He took the form of just like a floating red robe with like glowing eyes behind it, right?
No,
Like a
a
ghost?
humanoid shape
Humanoid shape.
floating in a red robe with glowing eyes. Yes, kind of.
Yeah.
Not just a red robe floating there. He had a humanoid form. You just couldn't tell the race.
What was his message? I remember we asked. He said he would answer a question, and then he answered it with another question.
He asked if you were afraid, and then explained how everybody's acting is how the hunger does or whatever, and it was your first lesson, and then you went back to the base. Went back to the base.
And I remember, I forgot who, but it was some lady who told us to avoid those people if we see
the director.
Yeah,
the director, after you told them about the red robe, said, "Hey, don't freaking don't
avoid
just
them.
don't
Steer fucking
just
clear.
Steer clear, yeah." And then proceeded to mourn. It's been like where we're starting off is it's been 2 days since you came back from the Petals to the Metal arc, and the director has called you guys to her office, and she says, "There's no relics today. I just need you to deliver something down to the Voidfish room." She says.
Are we all there, or is that where it ended?
Yeah, no, you're all there. And she just said that to you guys.
You need our whole group for this?
Well, no, you could go off and do what you want. I just didn't need at least one of you.
I'll do it.
Wait, Voidfish?
Wait, what is it we're doing?
You're just delivering a file to the Voidfish for erasure.
The cosmic jellyfish.
Yeah, the cosmic jellyfish that allowed you to not hear static anymore.
Also, question: did we get a token, each of us, at the end?
Yes.
Yes.
We already got our items.
Okay. You guys already got your items. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take care of that after this quick
Alright.
Voidfish.
By the way, I have some armor for Penny.
So
might
she
be
hands you a file, and when you look inside the file, Paavu, do you look inside the file?
Yeah, Paavu. Once Paavu is out of the grand offices, he will take a glance.
Yeah, when you look at the folder, inside is a bunch of information about Captain Bane, and it's like his name, his age, his race.
As soon as he sees the
basically
name
a biography.
Captain Bane, he will nod and close the folder.
Yeah. So you bring it to the Voidfish room?
Correct.
When you walk into the Voidfish room, you take the elevator down. Oh, and she also told you to come back once you're done. I forgot to say. You go down to the Voidfish room and you walk in, and you see two people. You see Johan. He's having this sort of steamed argument with a man in scientific clothes. Give me a second and I'll share the picture. If it were in a sort of lab coat, and he says, "Well, we don't know anything about it. If we're gonna learn anything about it, I need to take it back to my lab and study it. What if it dies? What if it dies? Will everybody remember everything? Will we forget? What if it reproduces asexually and it has a little baby void fish? Will it make it so that we won't remember its own existence? You have to let me take it to the lab."
Wait to see the response.
Johan says, "Well, I don't know what's going on, but I seriously doubt that the director will be super jazzed about letting you take the one thing that's like a big cornerstone of this organization." And are you gonna interject there, or are you just gonna let it keep happening?
Are you able to analyze it up here?
He turns to you and he says, "No, there's no. I'm not used to this base's lab. I need to take it back to mine where I'm where I know where all my stuff is, so I'm not spending half my experiment time looking where the things are.
Well, I'm sure the director's not going to let you take it off of the base.
He says, well, I'm gonna have to if we're gonna learn. And just then,
Alternatively, you could suck it up and just deal with the lab that's here.
um,
Or bring your setup up here.
right when he said, well, I'm going to have to, the voidfish makes it sort of screams. It belts out this one note, just freaking boom. And everybody, Johan and Lucas turn to it, and Johan's about to say what the, and then it belts out another 3 notes. It goes bum bum bum, and then Johan walks over to his desk and picks up a harp and starts and plucks those 3 notes, just boom boom boom. And then when he does that, the voidfish belts out another 4 different notes, and it goes bum 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 bum, and Johan plucks those out, bum 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 bum, and then the voidfish restarts it, and then so does Johan, and it looks like they're sort of jamming. It's just like Johan's playing on his harp and the voidfish is repeating its same 7 notes, and then suddenly during it, it just screams. Not like a note, not like it's part of the song, it just yells. And then it restarts its song again.
Paavu is looking back and forth between Johan and the scientist.
The entire time the scientist is just like, what the... This is why I need to take it back to my lab. There's no way... We don't know what this is. We don't know what it's saying, if it's saying anything. We don't know what the sounds mean. I need to take it back to the lab, he says.
Paavu will place it. Will place his right hand on the scientist's shoulder.
He says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lucas," he says.
Paavu, not Paavu.
He says, "Could you please tell
As curious
Johan-
as I am about this thing, as little as we know about it, there's no way you're taking it off the base."
I understand that, but if I can get some people to
I
agree
would
with me
suggest
and then
you
go
get
to
the director's permission. She is the be-all, end-all.
I know, I'm trying to get people on my side to sort of increase the potential of actually getting an okay from it, he says.
Paavu will think for a moment, taking a deep breath. Well, since you're here, you are clearly trusted by the Bureau.
Yeah, do a perception check real quick.
Ooh.
It's nothing too major, just do a quick perception check.
Seven.
You barely see for like half a second. He kind of stretches a little. You barely see that on neither of his wrists is a Bureau Balance bracer. There is no bracer. He has no bracer on him.
Paavu will take a look over to Johan. Is he still jammed away?
At this point, he's sitting at his desk with like a blank sheet of sheet music in front of him, and he's just doodling on the stanzas. At this point.
Johan,
He says, "Yeah."
who brought this guy up?
He's trusted by the Bureau. He just came up.
He's trusted, but he doesn't have a bracer.
The director will explain it to you. He says, I'm not really sure about the particulars, and Lucas just
So he
sort of
has
like
direct approval from the director.
he says, "Yeah." At this point, Lucas stomps his foot and he's like, "Freaking! I need the. You guys are pointless." And he walks out. And Johann stops drawing on the stanzas and puts his quill back in the inkwell, and he stands up and he says, "You got the file?" He says.
Paavu will hand the file over to Johann.
He opens up the hatch and puts the file in, closes it up. The void fish eats it, and when the void fish eats it, there are like lights that go off inside of the fish, and then he just sighs. "Are you okay with this part of the job?" He says.
As much of a shame as it is, it's better for the people down below.
He says, "Yeah, but wouldn't it be better for like closure? Like, are you okay with the fact that if you beef it down there, you'll just be forgotten by everybody except for the people on this ship? Or this moon? Whatever?
It's a very strange thought, but I have very little connection to anyone that's not a...
Just said, so are you okay with if you die down there, you'll be forgotten by basically everyone except the people here on this moon?"
Very few people down on the surface even think of me anymore, I'm sure of it.
He says, he tries to reach up to put his hand on your shoulder, but can't reach it, so he just pats you on the side, and he says, "That's
He can't reach up 7 feet.
nope."
How short is he?
He's a halfling. I think I mentioned he was a halfling. I think.
I totally forgot because I haven't talked to him
He
since
just slaps his
Maybe
ass.
session 2.
Said anything, or maybe I haven't said anything. But anyway, yeah, he can't reach up. He taps you on your side, and he says, "Sometimes I think I'm like that." He says, "You should probably head back to the director, though."
Yeah, that's the plan.
So, and then he sits
Follow
down.
that guy out after he started to throw a tantrum.
He starts plucking his harp to the music again, and the void fish starts up again. As you walk out, and he continues writing on the page. So
Might
you head
want to let
back.
the director know about that. The fact that it's suddenly singing.
He says, "Yeah, I'll take care of that. I just would like to write it down first to get it to her in
Alright.
case that she isn't actually there, you know? Because she's got better things to do than just sit in that chair all day in front of a desk, you know?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Paavu's rolling his eyes. He's never seen her out of her chair.
Johann laughs and he says, "Yeah, I agree, but she does do other things instead of just sitting at the desk. She does quite a lot." He says, and you walk out and you're back into the grand offices. I'm assuming everybody else is still in there, yeah, because this only took like 3 minutes tops. So the director says, "I forgot to mention this a couple days ago when you came back, but you got well, I guess you could say you're promoted, but I moved the other reclaimers, the very little other reclaimers that were there that we had, and moved them to different positions. So you're the only reclaimers," she says.
Paavu is once again confused at the mention of other reclaimers.
Um,
Given when we started, we were told that we were the only people.
only
to
reclaimers
be
at that
able-
point. At that point, the only reclaimers,
Except for Black Spider, who would
except for Black
just
Spider,
die.
who is She says, "We moved them because you seem to be the only ones that weren't tempted by the thrall. So you're going to get a pay bump, which will be nice.
Oh, finally we can buy one thing every time we get back.
Right, I'm sorry about that, she says. Also, you got a nice new room, she says. Well, rooms. It's on the bottom of the moon. It's on the bottom of the moon with, and there's a glass floor in the little living room where you can see down onto the,
That's not how gravity works.
What do you mean?
Magic, don't question things.
The bottom of the moon.
You're talking about gravity.
Gravity?
She says.
I laugh at gravity. Ha! Gravity!
She says, you won't be sleeping in a little dorm room anymore. You'll be in actual separate rooms. Of course, they're connected by one living room. And another nice thing about it is you got your own private elevator there.
Seems a bit superfluous.
She tosses you each a key and she says, all those will unlock your rooms and also it will allow you access to the elevator. She says, wait, why did I hand you keys? You got braces and the whole point of the braces is to unlock the doors.
Yes.
She says, well, I'll get back to you when you got something. It's been a couple months since the Pedal Cinemetal arc, and
Well, I'd like to quickly, before we're doing any of that, I'd like to go open my loot box with my token.
oh yeah, sure. You head into Leon's chamber, and Leon's there, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, man? I forgot my voice again." This is
Yes,
probably the
Leon,
bit.
pleasure to see you again. I have this token of another job well
Says-
done, and I'd like to do a
he
coin
says-
flip in the air.
He says, "Just pop it in that gashapon, and you'll be fine." You're a cleric, right? Turf?
Yep.
All right, just confirming. Freaking forgot to add the rollable table in there, so just roll a d20. Don't add anything to it.
You don't have the rollable table.
I don't. Just roll a d20.
That'll be 6.
6? Roll again. Give me a second.
Another d20 or something else?
Another
Just
D20.
another D20.
You got something which has already been pulled.
No. Alright.
You see, roll down a small ball. You see, roll down a small ball.
I grab it and try and pop it open.
Yeah, you crack it open and you see a bloody severed tongue split down the middle.
What the fuck?
Severed tongues. You shouldn't have, Mom.
Alright. The fuck is this, and why is it... Can I look in to see if there's like any other
Nope,
body
just the
parts?
tongue. Just the tongue, and he looks at it and he's like, Jesus, what the heck? What?
Yeah.
He starts flipping through the book and he says, oh, no, boy,
Oh no.
his
boy.
tongue will help you lie, I guess? Oh, man.
Can I...
Can
I get a refund?
He says, well, no, I'm sorry, but no. In D&D games speak, that means once a day this item can be used to tell any lie to a target, no matter how ridiculous. The target must make a wisdom saving throw of DC 12 on a failed throw. They believe the lie for 1 hour. If the target DC 12.
Like, it's so weak.
That's
So weak.
If the target makes a successful save, then the owner of the tongue must also make a wisdom saving throw of DC 14. If the owner fails, they believe their own lie for 1 hour.
Wait, it's harder on the owner who knows
Really?
that it's a lie? That's a horrible item, especially.
That is-
Well, that's why
Absolutely.
I'm reading here.
That is a worse magic item than the armor I got that's totally useless.
You took
I
I mean, at
armor
least
you
it would
were
be
gonna
useful
give
for someone
me?
else.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, dang.
Can I not even use my spell save DC with this?
Dang, man.
Yeah, save DC. Yeah, sure.
Okay, because that's
spell save
16.
DC. That makes more sense.
Like, 12 is terrible, and the
Yeah,
14
that
on the
is-
own character, like, really.
That'd be a little
Okay,
bad.
so do I still need to? If I do successfully do it, do I still need to make a DC of 14, or do I
No,
need to do it of
it says
an
if the
18?
target
person you're
makes the
lying to
successful
fails,
save.
Oh,
the
if the
person you're lying to
target.
fails, you're fine. But you
Oh.
only have to
Okay.
have to roll the save. If the one you're setting it against fails it. So
Great,
who didn't
perfect.
get one last time?
Pop it closed and put it in my side bag satchel kind of deal.
Alright.
Did Penny get a token?
Yeah, everybody got a token. I think Paavu, Desiree, and Drizzle both all used theirs.
Man,
Yeah,
I got a token for doing
efficiency
zero things.
vestments,
Right?
which I still don't know the stats for.
It just I forget what they are.
It's AC copies your current AC.
Yes, yeah. So Penny, just roll a d20.
Oh.
You're a bird, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even create it and put it in my inventory, so I'm like, that's useless.
Nice.
Well, it might help
First
later.
20.
Natural 20.
All right.
You just want me to take away my crit immunity. Because you know you're going to roll a whole lot more crits against me now.
So wait, what did your armor do?
My actual armor gives me immunity to critical hits.
yeah,
All
but
critical hits
the-
become normal hits.
Yeah, that's like the adamantine armor or whatever,
Yeah.
the special armor. So what did your loot box armor do?
Basically, it copies the AC of my current armor, but it's light armor and it doesn't impose disadvantage on stealth. And it's like, Desiree's not a
good for
stealthy
sure.
person
Also gave a
anyway,
plus
so...
4 to athletics
Wait.
checks.
So it copies
Right.
the AC, so it's light armor. Does that mean you get to add dexterity?
Yeah.
No, it just keeps the AC. No.
It copies your current armor class.
Yeah.
I think the light armor
Anyway,
part
Penny,
is-
you see roll out the ball. You see roll down good sized ball. I'd say about like the size of a basketball, around there. Not too huge. And you see inside 2 burlap bags.
Ooh, more body parts, I bet.
No, they're empty. They're just burlap bags. And he says, "Bring them here, and I'll tell you what they are."
I bring them to him warily, thinking these are for kidnapping people.
He says, "Ooh, these are interesting. These bags will let you transfer one thing in one bag to the other bag.
Ooh.
In D&D games speak, they
They're
each have
portals.
capacity equal to a pouch. Items inside cannot be located by magic, though the bags themselves can be. As a bonus action, a creature that knows the bag's command words can speak them, causing each of the bag's contents to switch to the other. There is no range limit to these feature, though both bags must be in the same plane of existence."
So anything that can fit in the bag, that's light enough to go in the bag.
Nope, anything that can fit in the bag.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's
Yes.
not the
Yes,
worst.
it is
Use
a
that
portal.
as like a stealth thing if we're trying to get something out of him.
Yeah, just like don't pop it in the bag. Just leave one here, I guess.
All right, so everybody did their thing.
I think so.
Yeah, and remind me again what the thing looks like that we put our tokens in. Is it just a box with a slot?
Well, it's more like a coin quarter machine, like you'd find at the end of like at a Weiss or a Kroger. It's just a coin machine.
Ah.
Okay, so I can't see inside of it at all.
Well, no, you can. The thing, there's like a.
Well, it's got a glass top where the things are. It's just you can't see inside the glass balls while they're inside the while they're behind the glass.
Okay, and is there any like hinges or anything visible?
There's a hinge
Yes.
at the top that's magically locked, though.
Okay.
you just seem to load more items in.
Okay.
When did you guys get each other?
Get each other?
Is it like Christmas or something? Or I guess Wintercrest?
It's Candle Nights in the world of the Forgotten Realms. Candle Nights is sort of a
Wow, it would have
religious-
been great if we would have heard that before you asked us what did we get each other.
Right?
I thought it was an interesting start. To just ask
No.
what did you guys get each other and then explain. I
No,
thought it was
that's
interesting.
like asking, would anybody like to do me a favor? And then absolutely refusing to tell them what it's about.
But I told you.
I feel like it's the other way around. It's like it's like not even asking if someone wants to do you a favor, just asking the favor straight up.
Yeah, it's, hey, you want
Just
to come...
insisting they go ahead and do it.
Or just telling them, like,
Yeah.
hey, you're gonna go jump off a cliff, and you're like, what? Why?
Anyway,
My shower's
doing me a
clogged.
favor.
Go clean it.
so,
Um.
are we supposed to get one person a gift or each person a gift?
Well, you in your new digs. Actually, wait, hold on.
And you're forgetting something.
Wait, so
Yeah, I
is
did
there
forget
no-
something.
is there
Paavu
there-
has a little story thing.
Ooh.
Which is why I was like,
Sure thing.
months? What?
Yeah, it's somewhere in between the 2 months from the Petals to the Metal to now. This happened.
We'll say a month after Pedals to the Metal.
Paavu
Right.
finally got him a girl.
Well,
Paavu remembers the loss of his girl.
Mm.
Paavu is normally a very solid sleeper, and rarely moves when he's cuddling Nora. Tonight is quite different. He's fidgeting a lot. Nora's tried to calm him down, but to no avail. He's having a nightmare, and it's bad. Paavu sees his best friend, the girl who grew up with him. Her name is Tazria. She's a dwarf, but she's not as stocky as most dwarves. She has medium cyan hair and a bob cut and bangs cut at her eyebrows, and all the muscle tone you'd expect of a dwarf. She's right about Paavu's age, only a couple weeks older. A memory crops up. They're around 5 years old. Paavu and Tazria are... A thunderstorm has climbed the mountain. Tazria is clinging to Paavu, very afraid of the loud noises outside. He's running his fingers through her hair, trying to calm her down. Another memory. 7 years old. Tazria and Paavu rarely sleep in separate beds anymore. One's always in the other's. Neither can sleep well if they're not cuddled up. Another memory. 14 years old. Paavu and Tazria have taken over her father's forge for the day to give him a break. They're working on a set of brigandine armor to sell to the trader who's due to arrive in a few weeks. Paavu is forging the plates, while Tazria is hemming the outer cloth. Another memory. 16 years old. Paavu has just received his snow leopard hunting companion, and Tazria knows what her name is done. The snow leopard is immediately named Nora. And then the trip down memory lane takes a dark, sudden turn. It's Tazria's 18th birthday. She's decided she wants to try drinking. The trader came by a few days ago and brought decent alcohol, not the crap Arthak brews. Paavu advises her against it, but she clearly won't be stopped this time. Paavu bids her good night and goes to sleep. The next thing he remembers is being woken up by Tormir, her father, who is panicking. Tazria never showed up to Paavu's place that night, nor did she return home. Paavu goes outside. She's never done this before. He finds a large chunk of snow missing from the cliff next to his house, and a fading trail of footprints leading toward the mess hall. Paavu runs around the cliff, afraid of the worst, and that's exactly what he finds. He holds Tazria in his arms. Her eyes are empty, and her body is as cold as the snow that buried her.
Paavu has awoken with a scream, and it wakes everyone up, and you're not sure what the problem is.
Everything all right, Paavu?
So wait, where are
You're
all
each
of
in-
our...
You're each in separate rooms, sort of like around a central living room with a glass floor that looks down onto Faerun, or whatever the planet is.
So it's like a common room area.
Yeah, like a living room. Yeah.
Okay.
When Paavu wakes up, he screams out in agony. Taz!
Is he in the main room or is he in his own room right now?
He's in his own room. Yeah.
Jizzle will stand up from where he is and just make his way there. But like he'll do it fast but not too fast where he makes like a lot of noise.
I guess
Stealthy fast.
Turth will grab his holy symbol and just kind of saunter into the living quarters, wary.
Paavu is the sound of Paavu's voice very clearly rings out through the door. He's crying to himself.
Right there, buddy.
Drizzle will wait for Turth to be like directly behind him to just open the door slowly. You okay, Paavu?
Paavu has his face buried in Nora's neck, holding her tightly.
Oh.
She's squirming a bit as he's holding a little bit too tightly. He is shaking quite badly.
Desiree goes over, puts a hand on Paavu's back, loosens his grip on Nora, and says to the others, "No, he's not, but he will be."
Is this something we need to talk about, or is it like 2 a.m?
I don't think he's ready to talk about this yet.
Go back to sleep, guys.
Alright. And I head back to my
Desiree just whispers
talk about
to
this
him,
in the morning.
"Don't crush the kitty, okay?"
It's the next morning,
Paavu
and
reaches up and instead of crushing Nora, he will start to crush Desiree in a hug.
Well, Desiree can take it.
yeah,
Desiree just hugs him back. It's like, okay, it'll be all right.
Drizzle will just
He's shaking worse than a chihuahua in Icewind Dale.
Drizzle will just pat his
Yeah.
shoulder and just say, "Yeah, just tell us in the morning, brah, when you're ready to talk about it." And then I'll just make my way out of the room.
it's the next morning, and you're all in the mess hall eating your breakfast. Which I should ask, what do you guys eat for breakfast normally?
A lot of
Like-
meat.
Do I have the option of like anything?
You have the option of anything. Yeah.
Lobster for breakfast. Every day.
Probably
Bacon lobster.
Living the high life.
heavily seasoned fish.
Raw fish.
Turth
Yeah.
would probably just have like a
You know
little
what?
bit of
Fuck.
oatmeal and maybe
Penny's
an egg.
just like only eating like the sweetest fruits that she can find.
Drizzle will have the same thing, like also lobster, but just with a lot more seasoning.
You know, you guys
Um,
need protein also, not just.
What do you think lobster is?
Well, yes, but you also need other things.
I have
It's
steak
this.
with it.
I can survive on my
Carbohydrates,
magic
protein,
and grapes.
fiber.
I don't know what
Let,
you mean.
let me tell you. Desiree will look at you if you say anything about it and be like, "What? A body this strong needs all the protein it can get."
It also needs carbohydrates and fiber,
I
like
mean,
this oatmeal.
I'm just
at
eating a
the-
lobster because
That's what the orange juice is for.
That's no, that's
At this
How are you alive?
point, Paavu. At this point, Paavu walks into the one of many doors of the mess hall, and I'm assuming just like sits down and after getting what he eats for breakfast.
He sits down quite heavily.
you're right
Just-
there,
With,
bud.
with a
At the
pair
other,
of
at the other, at the other side of the, at the other side of the bench, Penny just flies up into the air and lands.
He rips one. He takes one of the steaks and gives it to Nora, who takes it from his hand gently. And she starts eating on it. Paavu clearly did not sleep a wink after that nightmare, or if he did sleep at all, it was not good.
Yeah, you got like little bags in your eyes. Your eyes are like, I guess, a tiny bit, just the
They're
smallest. amount
darker
like
gray.
Yeah.
They are a
Yeah, I
darker
guess
gray
I
than
guess I
usual.
guess that's the Goliath's version of Bloodshot. Yeah, you all noticed that he did not have a good time sleeping after that.
What's the problem with you? I say as I'm halfway through my bowl of oatmeal.
Just like shoveling it into your mouth. Well, what's up with you?
Much.
Every few months, I have a nightmare. And I remember the death of my beloved childhood friend.
Drizzle will put his fork and knife down and just listen.
My worst fear was that she would be hurt and that there was nothing I could do to stop it. And that's exactly what happened.
There's nothing you could do to stop it. Why are you letting it eat you? Can't change the past. Much
I
as you
can't
try.
change the past, but that one
Learn
night
from it,
changed
change the
my
future.
entire future.
Oh my goodness, it just occurred to me. Is this the reason why Paavu's so gung-ho about, like, everybody's gonna die eventually? Like,
Yeah.
and the only thing you have to answer to is God? Like, not even, no joke.
Paavu
This just
doesn't
occurred
even
to me.
think that the only thing you have to answer to is God. Paavu thinks that the only thing that you have to answer to is your future self.
Hmm.
Everybody dies eventually. There's no escaping it.
I
And
think
this,
the
and this is
god
why
of-
he thinks like that. Because
Maybe we've got too much.
someone he never thought would die did. Or at least never thought would die without him being able to help.
I always expect. She was a dwarf, and I figured she would outlast me. I figured I would have been happy to grow old, which is not common of Goliath. I would have been just happy growing old, working in the forge, if only it meant that I could have her by my side.
Oh man, dude, you're gonna make me cry.
Unfortunate.
Dang it.
Desiree thinks.
Oh.
Desiree just sits thinking for a couple of minutes and then pipes in, "You know, there was a druid in my clan long ago. He should still be alive and he would have the power to bring her back, but we would have to find him
And you would have to
that's-
find her.
and probably come up with the materials."
Well,
Well, somehow I expect Paavu
Dig up
knows
the
where
grave.
she is.
Yeah, there's probably like a nice low grave. Probably, like,
Paavu's the one
in
that
the
buried
mountains
her.
somewhere.
He knows exactly where she's buried in the
Yeah,
copper.
probably like somewhere
Alright.
in the mountains.
I know a thing or two about this kind of stuff, and generally, if they're dead for that long, you're going to want to stay dead. Because when you bury something... how long ago did this happen?
2 years and change.
Yeah, that's...
True
Probably
resurrection
not
can
gonna
bring
go.
someone back after 200.
Yes. But necessarily, is that a good thing?
I mean, the
Sometimes it's best to
soul.
let sleeping things lie.
The soul has to be willing, and it's a question of if the soul is willing.
It doesn't hurt to find out, though.
Much as
And
it
it's-
hurts, sometimes it's best to let things like this lie.
It's then we see the camera sort of fast forward and we see the base from outside. It's winter in the world and there's snow falling everywhere. It's around the time of Candle Nights. And Candle Nights is a week-long celebration where all the religions of the world kind of get together and do their own thing. Way back when, like the way far past, everybody did something different for their celebrations of the winter solstice. But eventually people were like, hey, this is getting kind of complicated. Let's all do this together. And that was when Candle Nights was born. They take 1 week out of every year, normally in the middle, either the beginning, middle, or end of winter, but could literally be any time of the year. All the nation's religions celebrate Candle Nights, and normally candle nights are celebrated by gift giving and chilling with your family and friends around a bush or a bush and fire. There's normally a candle night's bush or a candle night's tree, and gift giving is normal. You have invited most essential staff of the bureau, the essential staff, to a candle night's party. It's sort of just like an office party. Avi's there. He's serving at a bar that you kind of set up. The director's there. Davenport isn't there though. Johan's there. He's playing some festive tunes on his violin. I was about to say fiddle, but that's something else. Killian is there. She's having fun, and about now is the gift exchange, and the first person to walk up to you is, hold on, why? All right. The first person to walk up to you is Johan, who stops playing the fiddle, and I guess he just winds up a music box, sets it on the table, and he says, "I'll be right back. I gotta take it." Oh wait, no, it's the freaking gift giving section. Never mind. He walks up to you and hands each of you a small wrapped box, and he says, "I hope you guys will like it." He says,
Oh, thanks.
I wonder what it is.
Thank you.
You open it up, and inside you see a nice carved wooden box that when you flip open the lid, it plays the music that Paavu heard in the Voidfish chamber that Johan played on the harp, just the bomb bomb bomb, and there's kind of little crinkle tinkles in the background, just makes it nice and pretty. And he says, "I gave you guys my mixtape. What Johan's basically doing right here is giving some, like, on Times Square, someone giving you a CD, basically.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I plan to listen to this in my off time during my prayer sessions, and I put it in my side pouch with the severed tongue.
Now what I'm gonna say is that any gifts you get or give are just gonna be pure flavor. I'm not gonna make you, like, lose any gold on it unless you want to.
Before this, getting in, like, preparation, could I have gone to Garfield real quick?
Yeah, sure. Let's play that scene quick.
Okay.
Garfield,
Cool.
instead of wearing his normal robe, has like a sort of Santa suit on. He's got like a fake beard on his face, and he says, "Hey, it's Seth!"
Oh, Garfield, my dear friend, I have something to ask of you.
He says, "Yeah, what is it?"
I need something. I need some jewels, specifically diamonds, if you have any of those.
He says, "Yeah, I got some. What for?" As he starts searching through.
Just a present.
He says, "What kind of diamond are you looking for?" He says,
It doesn't necessarily have to be one large diamond. It can also be this, like, a bunch of small little ones. About maybe, I don't know, I'm willing to spend a pretty penny. About maybe 600, 700 gold or so. I've got a
he
very
says,
special someone in mind.
"So are you looking for jewelry, or are you, like, just looking to give someone diamonds?"
Just some diamonds, raw diamonds. It doesn't have to be cut or anything
Raw?
fancy. Just a bit of
Interesting.
diamond.
Alright. He sits down on a table let's say about 20, nah, that's too much. Like
600 gold worth of diamonds is what I need.
600 gold worth of raw, I guess, diamonds. And he says, I kind of don't want to make you pay for this, but it is candle nights. And
Yeah, I am fine paying for it, dear Garfield. You have
but I don't
always
feel
been
like
a
a
dear
good friend, though.
You have been too. And I would feel absolutely terrible cheating you out of some coin. So here, and I pop down 600 gold.
He slides it into the till and he says, "You need anything else?"
I don't think I do at this particular moment, but I'll find you if I do.
He says, as you're walking out, he says, "Hey, wait, come back!
Yes. Yes, Garfield.
I heard a yell a couple months ago down where you guys are."
It's a very good memory.
Uh-oh.
Months ago.
Howdy.
He says, well, they're normally quiet at 2 a.m. here.
That is very fair. Oh,
Friggin' when you hear someone yell, I barely caught it. Barely,
Yeah, that was
super muffled.
Paavu. He was getting up for a drink in the middle of the night, stubbed his toe really hard. I had to do a 3rd level cure wounds on him just to make him feel better. It was terrible.
He goes, "Oh," he says, "Give me a second," and he pops down under the desk and he pulls out he pulls out a jar of ibuprofen and he says, "You think he'll need this? Probably not. It was like a month ago."
Yeah, But you know what? Next time, I'll take it.
He
Thank
says,
you very much, Garfield.
"For free," and he tosses it to you.
Well, thank you very much. Have a good Candles Eve.
Candle nights.
Candle
I'd
night.
also like to get something from Garfield when you're done here.
Life
Yeah.
Day. We're just going with Life Day.
Life Day.
Yeah, there's
10 points to
nothing-
anybody who actually gets that reference.
I don't, which sucks. And did you guys basically his mixtape?
I would like to buy something from Garfield.
Well, I'll just say you got it.
Okay.
So are we trading these gifts and whatnot yet?
Yeah, you're trading gifts now. Johan had just handed you the
Okay.
his mixtape, basically.
Mixtape.
Yeah, basically. Basically, that's what it was.
Paavu has been trying his hand out with more delicate crafting, and has made a necklace with an inch-long anvil pendant.
He says,
He will give one to each of the party members.
"Ooh, each of the party members. All right."
This
I
is
thought you were giving it to
very
Johan.
interesting.
All right. I'd like to give out my present for Desiree and Paavu first. I'd like to... Hold on. Paavu, Desiree, I have your presents right here. And I'm going to pull out 2 sticks as if, 2 very ornately carved and designed sticks that seems like you're supposed to put them on a 2-handed weapon.
Sticks, you're saying, yes?
Mm-hmm. Well, I know they like...
Okay.
I know you two like to make weapons.
It's
Very
muffled.
different from what
It
the mic was
muffled
cutting out.
right when you said sticks, and
Oh,
it
no,
sounded...
not
It
sticks.
sounded like you said dicks.
Not just sticks. Very ornately carved sticks, as if they're supposed to be handles for 2-handed
very
weapons.
ornately carved sticks. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, continue.
Ornately carved sticks that are supposed to be used as handles for 2-handed weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I give one to each of you,
Well, thank you. This is beautiful.
and I have my gift for Penny, and I'm going to pull out a loot that looks very handmade, and it looks almost identical to the one Drizzle already has for himself, except it seems to have 2 extra strings, and the strings seem to be thinner.
Penny's not here.
So just tell them that when they get back. And I have my present for Newturth, and I'm going to pull out a very dark green cloak.
Ooh.
And go to Player General. It has this painted in white on the back.
It's a very...
It's the moon sigil for
Interesting.
Will.
For Will.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like the one I have on my
Thank you
back, but
very
mine
much.
means water.
And I take off my really
Dark
faded
green.
and my other faded, lighter green, but really faded and ratty looking cloak and kind of clasp this one on instead. This is spiffy. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Uh,
Anything for my bros.
Paavu will immediately take the intricate handle and put that one into his current hammer in place of the one he had before.
Johan just handed you guys his
The
mixtape.
same. Mm-hmm.
Right, so next is Killian walks up to you and she kind of like in a velvety sort of dice bag looking thing.
Ooh, dice for the horde.
She says, "Funny joke, but no, that's not the voice." She says, "Funny joke, but no, that's too deep." Anyway, funny joke, but no, she says, and when you open it, you see duck-shaped whetstones that have each of your names sort of like engraved into it, sort of, with like, painted sort of like with gold lettering. She says, "I know you, Desiree, will get use out of that, but I'm not sure about everybody else, though." She says.
I'm literally the one that
Well.
takes care of this group's equipment.
She says,
Well,
"Well, maybe I got a rival then." No, she doesn't say that. She says,
let me
"Well,
just sharpen my shield with this.
Paavu's totally gonna sharpen his shield.
yeah, why wouldn't he? It's gotten a little dull since the last time he beheaded someone with it."
Oh no, it wouldn't have gotten dull in the slightest.
No, it wouldn't have.
Paavu takes very good care of his equipment. And
Yep.
once again, has offered several times to take care of the group's equipment.
Some people just don't get around to it.
Next, Avi walks up to you and he hands you each wrapped. You know they're bottles. You just know they're bottles at this point. And when you open them up, they're bottles of brandy wine. But Paavu, yours is different. At the bottom of it, it says 0% alcohol by volume.
Paavu will smile quite lightly. Thank you very much.
He says, "Sometimes people." I almost forgot. So freaking close. I almost forgot. But I remember. He says, "These were from my hometown of Brandy Buck." He says, what else does he say? He says something else.
Okay, Mary.
What?
Mary, Brandy Buck,
Oh,
Lord of the
yeah.
Rings.
Yes, I remember now. I forgot,
breakfast.
and that's why I used the name Brandy Buck because I remembered it, but not what it was from. Next, Angus walks up to you guys, and he hands you each a kind of thick book, and when you open it up, you see there are different installments of a children's novel series called Caleb Cleveland Kid Cop. And he says, "These books were very formative for my career choice," he says.
Right. And I
In these books I learned about how to solve crimes, crack cases, and solve clues. Wait. Yeah, those are the three pillars: solving crimes, cracking cases, and solving clues.
The book is written in plain text, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's nothing too fancy. It's not like he hand transcribed these. He didn't hand transcribe these. These are just books.
He handed us the Celestial Edition.
The Celestial Edition.
That's the best edition.
The only difference is that the text
The
is in
lettering
gold.
is just weird. Yeah.
The text is in gold.
Yeah. The director walked up to you and hands you each a small sack, sort of like a small velvety sack, and she says,
More money.
These are your Candle Nights bonuses. He says you put it in.
Sorry.
Huh?
I jokingly said, "Is this going to be more money?" And I didn't expect it to actually be money. So
Yeah. She when you open it up, you see inside 200 gold piece, and she says, "Now don't tell anybody. You got a little bit more than everybody else."
No, don't have any problem with money.
My lips
Thanks,
are
Drake.
sealed. Thanks for the cash, brah.
Woo!
My lips are sealed. I'm not going to tell anybody about the 200 gold pieces I just got.
Lord.
So around there, you're all talking, and then you're all talking with the director. At some point, you're all talking with the director when you hear, frick. Come on, where's the cup? I had a cup here for some Foley work. All right, I can just use my hands. You hear come from her necklace, the creature, and she looks mortified.
Your neck seems to be talking, dear.
She pulls up her necklace and she sort of gruffly whispers in it, "How'd you get this frequency?" And she starts walking away. And at this point, the party's after hearing the
Continuing the
director's-
gift exchange?
No, everybody. The gift exchange happened. Everybody gave everybody everything.
Oh,
Desiree hasn't given anybody anything.
neither has Turth.
All right. What did you guys do?
You gotta skip some people here.
Yes, I kind of lost track. Desiree and Turth, what did you guys get? Everybody.
Go ahead,
You go
Turf.
first. Oh, okay. I take out a large sack, and it is filled pretty much to the brim with diamonds. It has 1,200 gold pieces worth of diamonds in it, and I place it on the table. Say,
I said 600.
I know. I already bought 600 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
You had another 600.
All right. This is enough to bring each one of you guys back to life once. This is your Christmas. This is your present. After that, you're gonna have to pay me a little bit. But I give you the gift of life. All right.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Well,
Happy
thank
Life
you.
Day.
Hopefully, I never have to use it.
Here's hoping, and I put it back in my pouch.
It's gonna be a bit till I have to use it, and I'm gonna pull out the cursed doll I still have. I still have this thing.
I don't like that. It just makes me uneasy in all of the ways.
You feel in your bag the forked tongue start shaking towards it. No, I'm joking. No. So Desiree, what did you get, everybody?
All right. So first of all, I got everybody something that actually fits their personality. Although I personally don't actually know much about like Turth and Penny's personalities yet. So theirs is
As a
just
player,
kind of
we don't, but as a character, we would.
yeah. My character would know things. When it comes to Drizzle,
Given that we've spent many more months with them than we have in character.
right?
Yeah.
For Drizzle and Paavu, they got something extra special. Drizzle now has a suit of half-plate armor that doesn't cover the chest and is made of wood.
Let's go.
It was an epic pain in the butt to make because I'm a
Let's
blacksmith,
go.
dang it, not a freaking woodworker. And Paavu actually would have already found his, like, when he woke up, from all of the stories that he had told about his childhood friend and a picture that
Paavu
he
would
kept.
not have told that, except for during that one day.
No, you would have
Very
mentioned
quiet
her
about
before.
Tazria.
You would have
Yeah,
He
mentioned
was
before.
very quiet about Tazria.
You kept a picture of her, though, right?
a fantasy picture,
Yes, I suppose he did. Although I never mentioned it.
right?
Yeah, Desiree would have seen it before, though.
You just have it in your wallet.
Fantasy
And
wallet.
from that,
He keeps it
You
in
have
the
your
back of
fantasy
his shield.
photograph in your fantasy wallet.
oh yeah, she definitely would
In
have
your
seen
fantasy
it.
pocket.
Fantasy wallet. for your
Desiree
fantasy
would have made
pockets.
a little statue of her out of adamantine
God.
Oh.
and set it on the stand next to his bed. Fully painted, intricately detailed, from
That
everything she
statue
knows
will
of her.
never leave that nightstand.
Yeah. How
Well,
does?
it's made out of adamantine, so it's not going to get broken very easily either.
Yeah. How does Paavu?
And then, of course, Nora gets a big pile of catnip.
Yeah. Paavu wakes up, sees the statue. Nora wakes up and sees drugs. Just gets hot.
Hey, I'm just waiting to play the druid who is addicted to catnip and just like can't wait to get to wild shape into a cat and get blasted.
How does Paavu react when he sees the statue? Seeing
Paavu
as very
takes a good
recently
5
was,
minutes to stare at it in silence. It's very accurate.
Not surprising.
is the picture on Foundry or no?
I figured you would have done that.
Yeah, that's
Supposedly you were supposed to share it, but you didn't. So
Yeah. So do you pick it up from the nightstand and just look it over, or you just like sit on the side of your bed just looking at it?
He sits on the side of the bed looking at it. Every morning when he wakes up, he'll give her a pat on the head before he leaves the room.
Oh man, don't make me cry. Don't make me cry, man.
I created a new ritual for Paavu.
And you created a new opportunity for me to cry. So, the director is having this argument with her necklace at this point, and she's talking to it, but you can barely hear not only what she's saying, but what's the pendant is saying. But at one point, she yells, "You did what?" And at that point, she pulls out a notebook and starts scribbling stuff into it, and tears the page out and hands it to Avi and says, "Get the moon to these coordinates now." He says, and he looks at the paper and then looks at her with like this confused face, and he says, "But these coordinates are south of here." And the director says, "And?" "Well, the moon doesn't typically move south." "Well, freaking hop to it," she says. "I put those jet propulsion jets. I had those jets put on for this exact reason. Hop to it," she says, and he starts running out of the room into the elevator and starts heading up. What do you guys do? The director is steamed.
Could I have listened into any of that with my super high perception?
You couldn't catch what they were saying, but you do know it was Lucas on the other end of the line. I'm assuming Paavu had told everybody else about Lucas, yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
Especially the director.
Right. Yeah, she said she knew him.
So I'm guessing we have a job to do.
Right. Are you saying this to the director, or are you just saying this?
He's saying it to the director, yes.
She says, yes, she said, we've got
Finally, I was getting tired of sitting on my haunches.
She says, she yells, "Yeah, we've got a mission. Davenport!" And Davenport runs in and he's wearing this knight armor, and he's just bouncing around like, "Davenport, Davenport, Davenport, Davenport," and then the director just yells at him, "Davenport, read the room!" And he's just like, "Davenport."
Schmabby-lock.
Practically, yeah. She says, take these guys to Leon's chambers and have him set you up with the null suits. She says, and wait, no, she says, take this to Leon, tell him to get the null suits ready, and Davenport lifts the visor of his helmet and just says, "Davenport," and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, buddy," and taps him on the head and hands him the piece of paper, and he shuffles out of the room.
I'm sorry, but what suits?
She says, "The null suits." Okay, here's basically what's happening. Lucas has taken the relic, the Philosopher's Stone, which is known for transforming one object into any other object very, very quickly.
Like
And-
gold.
Yes, and in this case, virulent pink tourmaline, she says. And Lucas chimes in.
Virulent?
Virulent, yes, she says. Basically,
Virulent.
any... Virulent? Is it? I thought it was virulent.
As far as I've ever said.
Virulent, virulent. I don't care which way you pronounce it. The question isn't about that. It's virulent pink tourmaline. Pink tourmaline is a gemstone. What?
Lucas chimes in and he says, I was doing some experiments. I was doing some experiments with it, and the entire outside of my base was transformed, and so far barely any of the inside has been because of my arcane airlocks. But we are going down, and my base is resting above the Stillwater Sea, and if my base touches the ground of the Stillwater Sea, that's it. The entire world is crystal at that point, he says.
Seems like a massive oversight. There's no other safety measures?
He says, well, that's why I need you.
The entire world turns into pink crystal? Sounds
says-
pretty. What's the issue?
Well, the issue is not everybody has these null suits, and if you're not wearing a null suit and you touch these crystals, you will be turned into crystal, and you will die, he says.
Right.
He says,
Right.
the only way that you'll be able to get into the base at this point is through the top of the conservatory, because one of the windows was being replaced as this virulent crystal happened. I'm currently holed up in the med bay, which is in the center of my lab. So as long as you keep moving to the center of the lab, you'll eventually get to me, he says. And she says, you know the rules. You're not supposed to be fiddly-fiddling with these freaking relics. You're not even supposed to be getting them. And you hear just, and she says, dang it. I could have let off with something way better than that, she says. Even though what you just heard, your job will fall under normal parameters. Get the relic and make sure that he doesn't go anywhere near it. And she turns to Killian. She says, set up the regulators, she says. And she says, make sure he doesn't get anywhere near the relic. Standard protocol applies if he goes for the relic. And Killian says, you got it, and runs out the room.
I'm going to go into my room and suit up, because I'm assuming we're wearing casual attire with no weapons, right?
Yeah, probably. Before
Missouri
you
goes
head in
nowhere
there,
without
you,
her exes.
before Lucas basically signed out, he said that we only got 2 hours before the base hits the ground, he says.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if I have proper spells, but you know what? We're going to go with it.
Well, you can set up different spells. The adventure hasn't
Wait,
started
so
yet.
Desiree made me wood armor, right? Is that like an actual item I
Yes.
can use now?
We can create one. I would have made you wooden half plate that had the chest fully open. So I assume it's probably got like a point or two lower actual AC. But
yeah,
you can
basically
wear it as a
halfway
druid.
with like 2 lower AC.
Yeah.
Let's play. Never mind. I'll just
Not breastplate, half plate. but-
Although
I
it
know.
would probably allow you to use more of your dex bonus than the normal 2,
Ooh.
since your chest is wide open now.
Right. She says, go to Leon's chambers and he'll tell you about the null suits. And she just freaking, she like rips the necklace basically off her neck and freaking hands it to you. And she says, this is a stone of far speech. Mostly it's used only for emergencies, but I guess this is an emergency. And she sticks it out towards you guys.
Hmm.
I'll snatch it before any of the melee people snatch it, and I put it in my satchel with the tongue and the mixtape. All right.
And then he realizes his hand is gone because Desiree hacked it off with the axe. Like, what?
I
As
used
soon as she
Nathan.
says
No!
stone of far speech, Paavu will look confused. As far as he knows, the stones of far speech only have a 5-mile range.
Totally joking.
Yeah, of course. She says, "Well, I have this, I have consumer cellular, so I, so I can bypass that 5-mile radius."
Okay.
For sending stone would probably be better since it doesn't have any restrictions.
Yeah.
Wait, so
As you're walking out, Lucas chimes back in and he says, "The null suits will close off one particular school of magic, and in this case, it is going to be
Alteration? Transmutation?
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it will be alteration.
I was going to say, I don't know all of the names of the schools of magic in
The-
D&D, so...
I was about to say
alteration is not an actual school.
transmutation was the one. I
There
was
you
about
go.
to say transformation, but that wasn't right.
Okay.
Yeah,
that
I'm used to
kinda
Elder Scrolls. It's alteration there, but yeah, transmutation.
Yeah, it's transmutation. He says it will keep transmutation spells out, but it will also keep transmutation spells in. So if any of you guys cast any spells that are transmutation, they ain't gonna work. He says.
What if we cast it on? This is to the director. If we cast it on ourselves, what would happen?
You'll probably be fine, she says.
Right.
As long as you don't try to cast it out.
But other than that, it doesn't displace any other magical stuff.
Lucas chimes in. He says, "Nope, just transformation, just transmutation." He says.
Right. All right.
Paavu will turn to Drizzle and Penny.
Well, that means no heat metal for us.
The director writes something on a piece of paper and hands it to Avi. She freaking says, "Dang it, I forgot." She writes something down on a piece of paper and just runs into the elevator. And you guys make it to the hangar. The director's there. Avi's there, and Avi's reading the piece of paper, and he says, "So not the normal cannonball." She says, "No, we're gonna have to sail them in, basically." And you see on the deck 2 gondolas just sitting there, and next to one of the gondolas are 3 people.
Space gondolas?
Yeah, it's space gondolas. One of them is Killian,
That
and then
has
there
to
are
be the
2
name of-
others. You see
That has to be the name of the episode, Space Gondolas.
space gondolas. You see next to the one of the gondolas 3 people. You see Killian. You see a dragonborn woman, but not like pure dragonborn. It looks kind of more normal, like less dragon, more human. So kind of like a lizardborn. And you see something shaped like a dwarf, but you can't see the face. It's like super clouded up in null suit.
Right.
Ah,
Do we get some of those, or are we just left to the elements?
10 minutes.
oh friggin' yeah, you guys got that. Let's
Okay.
read. Yeah, you get null suits. I just forgot to bring it up. So you go into Leon's
Go over
chambers.
my armor, we're good.
Yeah, it goes over your armor. Leon says. In the corner of the room, there's a little chamber
Paavu will
that kind
put
of.
padding over his armor, because his armor has kind of sharp corners.
Yeah. You haven't gotten on yet, but I'm assuming you're like popping tennis balls, just stabbing them into the sharp corners of them. You see in the corner of the room, like
he does something a bit more sophisticated. He'll actually he has several sizes of gambeson, and he'll just wear a layer of gambeson over the armor.
Yeah, that works. You see in the corner of the room, like one of those the newer security scanners things. When I say newer, I mean it's been like airports for like decades now by this point.
Mhm.
And it's fully enclosed, and he says, just hop in there one at a time and put anything you're thinking of taking with in there, and you'll be blasted with the null suit juice. He says, "What colors do you guys want?" He says.
Does that really matter? There's a thing about to crash into the Earth.
He says,
Red.
right. He says,
Purple, obviously.
Orange.
Yeah, he blasts Desiree with purple stuff. Paavu with orange stuff. Turf and Drizzle, what are you guys getting?
Red.
Just brown. Just keep it normal. Keep it normal. I want to get going. This is Turf.
Yeah, they're kind of like spacesuits basically. And now you're in the hangar. Everything is blasted. All your items sort of got this, like, barely noticeable, but if you look close, you do see a sort of tinge of the color you picked on them. And as you walk in, you see Killian, the lizard, basically lizard-born and dwarf-size being with super foggy helmet. And Killian says, "We gotta make this quick, but I'll introduce you guys to my squad. This is Carrie Fang Battle," and she gestures towards the lizard-born, and she says, "She's the best at what she does. She's a rogue, and she's pretty good at it," she says. And
Wait, is she speaking in the third person?
No. Killian's talking about Carrie.
Okay.
Frick, I should have shared the pictures. Why didn't I share the pictures?
Oh, look, Aura of Protection is broken again.
Is it?
I
Oh,
have it.
boy.
Well, definitely not in 20 feet of Paavu.
Carrie says, "Sup?"
Kind of
And-
adorable.
And she says, this guy next to me," and points towards that dwarven figure, is Boyland. He's our
Boyland.
yeah.
Welcome to Boyland. We have boys.
Welcome to Boyland. We have a bunch of boys here. Be careful because it will turn really weird, really fast.
Boy.
Land. He pops open his visor and a huge amount of like purple smoke pops out and poofs out, and you see a very, very gruff looking dwarf, just purely just battle scars everywhere, and he just looks terrible. For some reason, I don't have a picture for him because why would I?
I'll just imagine a dwarf.
But like, imagine your dwarf just
He looks
covered
terrible
in barrel
in what
scars.
way?
Just looks absolutely terrible. He just does
ugly?
not look good. Not ugly, more just like he's covered in scars and such. Like way more scars than looks cool. He says, "Hey, my name is Boyland and I'm a guy," he says. "Why did I say that?"
Be weird if you
Says-
weren't.
Excellent
boy.
question.
"Yeah, I don't know." Please don't make fun of my name. I'm gonna ask you politely once, and then I'm just gonna be rude the rest of the time if you call me that again, he says. The director says, "All right, left gondolas, you guys, right gondolas, the others. We're gonna kind of, since we can't have anything connected to the base, like at all. So we're gonna just kind of like throw you down there, basically, and we're going to it's enchanted with a levitation spell. So we're gonna kind of throw you down there and kind of hope you hit the mark, because we can't have anything like connect you to the base. Because if you rappel down, then the rope will turn to crystal, and then the base will turn to crystal, and then that's the end of the Bureau of Balance. basically. She says, so we're just gonna throw you down there, put you basically at the whims of fate, basically.
Mm-hmm.
She
Oh.
says,
That makes me so confident.
she says, I'm serious. If we could have tried like anything better, we would have. But we've got like, an hour and 56 minutes. We gotta get going. She says. She, you all load into the thing, and Avi pushes the the regulator group down, and then he says, "Have a nice trip, I guess. Oh, go ahead and save the world," he says, and he pushes you guys off. And it's a nice little,
As usual.
it's a nice little winter storm outside, like pretty gnarly storm, and the regulators gone. You got both of the gondolas are kind of shaking, but the regulator gondolas are kind of like shaking a lot, and then suddenly they're just purely just blown off course. And
that's unfortunate.
That
and,
can't be good.
and you guys start landing. You land in the center of
Whoa.
the conservatory.
Oh.
When I activated that, did everybody transfer?
Unloading.
I see it.
Unloading.
Loading.
All right.
So
So we're in a
The gondola-
area. Okay,
the
sorry.
gondolas landed into this purely pink tourmaline crystallized thing, and as soon as the gondola touches the floor of the conservatory, it turns to the same shade of pink tourmaline. And at the end of the room, you see a arcane airlock, and the light above it is green.
Whoa.
As you
Seems disconcerting.
as you walk across
I
the
cannot move my token.
Use the arrow
Wait.
key.
Oh.
wait, come back,
Whoa.
come back, back into the crystal room, back into the crystal room. When you cross the crystal lake in the middle, the sort of ambient crinkle tinkles like the ice levels in sort of like ice levels in Mario Brothers, they kind of like meld together to form a sort of song. And I'm gonna be playing a song through Foundry. I'm not sure if it will work, so if it doesn't work, tell me.
I don't think you've uploaded it.
I did though.
You did?
I pause it. Because we didn't get into it, I just freaking paused it because I forgot to mention something. As you're crossing the river and the crinkle tinkles start to play, a white light starts rising out of the lake, like out of the center of the lake, and starts slowly flying towards the door. And you hear the music start to play.
Can I perceive if this is like a physical thing or just like a trick of the light?
It's just a light. It looks like.
What's going on? You guys think?
I don't know, but we
Is
do
this
have
the same
to be
tune
quick,
that
don't
the
we?
jellyfish was
weird.
singing?
No, it's not the same. It's a completely different song.
Pulled from my home inside a cloud, lost
Is that a
to
new
the
toy?
dark, I drift alone. Now I'm redundant in a shroud, never to linger on my throne. Here in my crystal kingdom.
Is the white light still there?
Yes, at this point, like a tree. Before I continue, I'm gonna just read what it said for people listening, or if you didn't understand what it said, this would very politely load. It said, pulled from my home inside a cloud, lost to the dark I drift alone. Now I've returned beyond the shroud, ever to reign upon my throne, here in my crystal kingdom. And after the song ends, you see a small rift open up, and The light didn't come from the lake. I'm sorry. The light didn't come from the lake.
If you're gonna rip this place off from My Little Pony, at least just take it straight from there and call it Crystal Empire.
No. You, the rift. A small rift opens up in the room, and you see a small ball of light come out of it, and it goes into the pond. And then a small earthquake starts to happen in the room, and all the trees fall over and start shattering. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay. That's a 7 for me.
All right.
Nope, 15. Desiree got a 10.
All right.
Oh, we're making dexterity saving throws.
Yeah, dex saving throws.
Let's go. Bop. Normal, right?
Yeah, normal.
13.
Paavu, you're able to dodge out of the way of the crystal shards as they start.
But literally no one else is.
Nope. What the heck?
Oh, if this was an attack of some sort, Paavu could have raised his shield and
No, it's
saved
not
you
an
better.
attack. It's more
No?
just like sort of like a splash. That just
AoE kind of
dumps-
effect.
Yeah, not
Like
let's say
fireball.
less AoE, more just it just so happens to just fly towards your direction. Turth, Drizzle, and Desiree, you take 5 points of damage each,
Wait,
and
what kind of damage?
it looks
It'll be
like it
piercing.
would be piercing,
Oh.
but instead of it piercing through the null suit, the null suit kind of like flexes a little and transfers that damage to blunt damage.
The bludgeoning.
So
You
it's
put me under
bludgeoning
100
instead of
health, you
piercing.
jerk.
How much damage do we take?
5 damage each,
Okay.
except
When
for
Desiree
Paavu.
gets hit, and since there was nothing that Paavu could do about it, Paavu will place his hand in front of Desiree to gently try to back her away from the door. Let me go first.
Well, that wasn't because of the
As
door. That was because of the
But
earthquake.
nonetheless, Paavu makes his wishes to be first in the group as tank as fuck.
Turth
as
is
you-
just looking around, making
as
sure
you-
nothing is going to
As
come
you
out.
push Desiree away, you see the shards start to sort of congeal into the center of the room, into a big mass in the center.
Shit,
of the
let's go,
room.
let's go, let's go, let's go! I don't care who goes, let's go!
You see,
Oh.
you see a crystal golem start to form.
Ooh.
Fuck. We're gone. We gone.
So you're not gonna fight it?
Nope.
Nope.
We have a time
fact-
limit.
In fact, can I use mold earth to create like a crystal wall to keep him from following us?
Sure. Who's the last person that goes to
That
go
would
through the door?
Be me. That'd be Turth. Turth.
Turth?
Turth, but I'm going to let him pass me like while I'm already inside, so I can put up the wall.
Yeah, but Turth, as you're passing through the door, the crystal golem sort of like chases after you and then stops and then raises an arm, points at you, Turth, and he says, "You."
That's me! And the wall of thing goes up.
All right. I was planning a fight, but okay.
Getting the fuck out of there!
We're players. It's our job to subvert your expectations.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. All right.
Alright.
Pablo, you take
Life
the other
is what
door and I
get-
take this one?
You
Life is
hear
what
come
gets in
through
the way of your well laid out
You,
plan.
you hear come through the pendant, Lucas, that's his name. Lucas, and he says, "You should be at the first intersection. You should be at the first intersection. I highly recommend that all of you go into one door so that I can power down the other section."
Can I make an insight check to make sure he's telling the truth? To make
What
sure
are you
he's not
to find out if he's lying about?
I'm trying to see if he wants to try and if he's being truthful about helping, or if
Yeah,
his
roll.
mind has
Go ahead.
already.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll.
Okay,
Nice.
17 plus 8. That would be 24, right?
That'd be
Yeah.
25.
25, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, he's telling the truth. He desperately wants to be saved.
Alright,
Um,
which one?
Either way, Paavu's going to turn to Desiree. We don't split the party.
He says,
There's a
he says,
horrible thing to
whichever,
do.
just pick one. You should be at a Y. There should be 2 doors. And
Desiree just
lo and
looks at him.
behold,
Well, I thought they would lead to the same room.
he says, no, they lead to different bits. And you see a sign in the middle of the room, and pointing to the left door, you see research materials storage chamber, and on the sign that's pointing to the right, the magical world of elevators. He said, you see.
Let's go to the storage area.
So the left.
You got
That's where the
you got
storage area is.
research materials storage chamber or the magical world of elevators.
Can I hold the stone in my hand and say, alright, do both of these go to the same place, or is one...
Well, they eventually lead to the same place, sure, but
Which one is safer?
what do you mean? Both should
I'm
be
assuming-
fine.
It's fine, because
Should
when we
be.
just came in, something tried to attack us. And you're saying that's fine.
What? What do you mean something tried to attack you?
This big crystal-looking motherfucker tried to attack us.
Interesting, he says.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which door you come through. It'll eventually lead to where I am. But
That's not what he's asking, Lucas.
both are safe. Yes, he says. So you got on the left research materials storage
Sounds
chamber.
to me
and on
like
the
we
right,
should go through the
magical world of
research
elevators.
materials. We might find something useful in there
Yeah.
as we
Very
go through.
least, we might. That's probably where the artifact is going to be.
I think it'd be in a much more safer spot than
You as you're passing through the airlock, you hear the and steam, the whole 9 yards. And as you walk into the research materials storage chamber, you see a stack of crates, and all these crates are shut. And he says, "So you're in my storage chamber, yeah?"
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
There should be a robot in there that's tidying the place up. You should eventually find him.
Do we see a robot?
You don't see a robot, but you do see, sort of at the far end of the room, a giant jelly thing.
Cool.
Oh, you would think we would notice that.
Yeah,
but no.
that should have
right.
been in the room as soon as we came in here. That shouldn't have
Yeah, I
been
don't know why I made it invisible. I don't know why. That's stupid. I don't know why I made it invisible.
Do we need to kill it?
So far it's not attacking you, but it
Does it
it sort of
notice us?
turns to you, and something inside it flashes red. It just blinks red on and off.
I
I'd
think
like
robots in there. Just maybe.
The airlock door that you walked through to lead out, the light above it, which was green before, is now just powered off.
What about the one that's across from us?
It's so far powered off. It's so far powered off. Yeah.
I
So
pull
can't
out,
actually open the door.
No.
I pull out the crystal and say, "All right, your robot is not here. It has been replaced by a big old jelly.
The
How
jelly.
do we get out? Yes, jelly.
The
How do
jelly
we get
seems
out?
to have absorbed the robot, though. Possibly.
He says that's there shouldn't be a jelly in there. There should.
Well,
just
there
be a
is.
little
How do we
robot.
get out?
There is a giant slime in here.
Door. The door.
It's off. How do we get out?
Give me. Keep
How
that.
far? How far away are you, roughly, from where we are?
I'm in the center of the lab.
Feet. I need a distance.
I don't know. I ran. I don't have the blueprints on me right now. He says. And the jelly starts to move closer to you, and he says, "Give me like 2 minutes tops, and I'll get that door open for you." And
Paavu
the jelly
raises
starts
his
moving
shield, but
towards
does not begin to attack the jelly yet.
you. Okay.
Um,
Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, good lord.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know why I clicked that. It opened up a different thing.
There is no active
So am
combat.
I able to add like so when I do slash roll d20, can I do like a plus something to add that to it?
Yeah, it's just.
Yes, you can. Alternatively, you can pull up your character sheet and just click on things.
Yeah, that too. Alright, I'm adding all you guys into the initiative. Oh, initiative!
Accidentally rolled
on!
twice. Accidentally rolled twice. Do I take the first one or the second one?
Probably the first one.
Alright, so that is an 8 plus 5.
Paavu has an initiative of
Wow.
2.
Ha! Even with
Wait, why
advantage.
does the jelly not have? Why does the jelly not have initiative?
That is a
Weird.
13 total.
I rolled
total.
initiative, but for some reason it didn't hit. It didn't go. Let me just remove it and add it back in and reroll.
Can you edit my initiative just a bit? It's supposed to be a 13 because the alert feat doesn't add it to it.
That's weird. Whatever, 13. Update.
Yeah, you should be able to update your initiative.
I don't think they can do it because they're players.
Yeah, change the mod. You click on mod under the initiative.
Oh.
So you
First
add,
in the
plus
order
five
is Tirth. What are you doing?
Uh,
You've got a giant jelly in front of you that just moved towards you.
he said we needed 2 minutes, right?
2 minutes tops to unlock that door. Yeah.
I'll give you 1, and I'm going to cast Banishment on the jelly.
All right.
So it needs to make a DC 16 Charisma saving throw.
Charisma, huh?
Charisma.
Okay. Normal.
Yes.
Oh!
Oh.
Come on.
So
Crit 1.
I think that's been a natural 1 both times.
Oh
hasn't it?
shoot! Nope. That's rolled as Tirth for some reason. It's rolled as
Oh.
Tirth. I don't know
You
why
were
it was
clicked
rolled
on
as
turf.
Tirth.
That would be it. Either way, it was.
Doesn't matter. I mean,
It
you
was
rolled
an
a
hour.
1. It's an auto fail anyway.
Yeah,
and it's a slug.
I'm just
So-
gonna roll again to see the modifier because I don't remember the
No, my
modifier.
cat is in my
Crit.
room.
It's gonna be a 1. It's gonna be a crit 1 anyway. Freaking! Oh my god!
Even with a nat
Minus
20,
Nat
even with a
20.
nat 20, he still would have failed.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't
Actually,
matter, it's
technically, a
negative
nat
5.
20 on a
So-
save is an auto succeed.
I know, but still, he still fails because the first one's
Yeah.
a nat 1.
He
Right.
rolled a
So
negative
he rolled
4.
So-
a negative 4.
He rolled a negative 4. What does that mean?
So what happens now is I point my finger, I stick my hand out, and like dark tendrils leap from the palm of my hand,
Oh.
like kind of wrap around it and just make it go and into like a small bead and just and it's gone.
So the thing goes spot, and it disappears, and clattering to the floor is a little metallic thing.
All right, we have
like
1 minute.
one hover jet.
We have 1 minute. Let's go.
He says, "I'm freaking trying here." Next in the order is Desiree. What are you doing?
Are we still in combat?
Can I just break the door?
You can try.
Do. Why is it not
The
letting
door-
me move now?
The door is made out of like metal.
Yeah,
Door is
well,
made out of metal though.
that's fine. Do.
And this is a concentration spell, just so you know. If I get hit or anything, I have to make a con save.
But so far, the only thing that's in here was that. No, now it's no longer.
I'm hoping.
Attack recklessly.
The only thing here that can attack you, as of now, is us. So if one of us wants to give you like a celebratory punch on the shoulder.
Mm,
Yeah, no. Should that hit? It's steel. So you'd think it would hit.
Give me a second. I'll check. I have my DM screen sitting over here.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't have this open. I don't know.
I
why
have a
didn't-
DM screen that's got it. I'm pretty sure 21 hits pretty much anything.
I'm pretty sure it does too. I got a DM screen
21
here,
will
too.
hit Mithril. AC of Iron and Steel is 19.
19. All right. So yeah, roll damage on that.
is it a crit?
It's
Auto
auto crit
crit.
on
Um,
items, like
you
objects.
get a
to break.
good chunk into it, and you can sort of see through it. You can sort of see through into a lit up hallway. but you don't have enough room to get out yet.
Cool. Well, I'm taking my second attack then.
You know who doesn't
Oh, right,
have
you have a
room?
second attack. Right, you have a second attack.
That one doesn't hit. But
What was it?
like a. Actually, it didn't show, did it?
No.
It was a 3 and a 4.
You know
It
who
was
doesn't
really
have
low
enough room to
numbers.
fit in it?
Yeah, they were low enough numbers it wouldn't have hit. So I'm going with my offhand.
Okay.
Wait, is this a two-handed weapon or a one-handed weapon?
Nat 20. 30, 29, yeah, that hits.
33 more damage to it.
You get a good sized chunk in there that you'd think Drizzle and Turf would be able to fit through, but not you and Paavu.
Are you
We'll get it there
dual-wielding great axes or something?
Yes.
Next in the order is Drizzle. What are you doing?
Keep in mind, my character's lifting strength at this point is 4,500 pounds.
Yeah.
I would
You're
like
not
to,
lifting a door, you're chopping into
Dual.
it.
I'd like to make my way over and just
I also have
fit
advantage
through the
to
door.
break things.
Yeah, but
Huh?
that's not an attack.
Oh, non-attack? Well, there's not really nothing I can attack here.
Well, you could attack the door.
Yeah,
With my scimitar,
try.
I can try.
This all happens in like 10 seconds, just so you guys know.
Yeah, it's 6
Yeah.
second rounds, so.
Alright, I guess I'll make
Which
an
means
attack
we've
with
got
my
10 rounds for me to break that door.
I guess
Yeah.
I will attempt to break that door. I can try to use a spell, but I can also just hit it.
Don't use spells. I've already blown a really big one.
Oh, shoot, what?
That's a percentage die.
Yeah, I don't know why I rolled that.
I'll just make an attack
You
with
hit a
my...
Yes.
He now has
scimitar.
58% of his HP.
No.
I'm
What?
going
You're the one who
to
rolled a
roll
percentage.
to attack with normal. That is a...
That's.
95
Probably not
roll.
gonna hit.
No. That's no.
Yeah, so
I'll just scratch it a
AC of Iron and Steel is 19, Mithril is 21, and Adamantine is 23.
little. I'll just scratch it a little bit.
Yeah. Next in the order is the Jelly, which can't do anything because it's banished. Next in the order is Paavu.
Paavu will. You said that something metal clattered out of the jelly.
Yeah, you think it's a robot.
Paavu will walk over to it and
I'll step out of the way.
inspect it.
Yeah, it's a little robot. It's got like a little LED like dot on its
He will pick it up.
on its face. It's got like jet turbine on the bottom of it.
Paavu will pick it up.
All right. Is that your action?
And then he will
No, you just
take
pick
a couple
that one's
steps
your
back.
action. Next in the order is Truth. Truth, what are you doing?
Since I'm still concentrating on my banishment spell, can I look around and see what the crates and whatnot have listed on them?
Yeah, you see, they're listed with a bunch of science stuff like beakers and magnifying glasses, that sort of thing.
Nothing interesting though.
Nah, just like normal science stuff. You could take like, let's say like a couple things, and which would equal out to about.
I'm just gonna
Like
continue
150.
continue concentrating, keeping
This
a
one
mental
break.
track in my mind of how long it's gone, and just waiting for
Yeah.
the door to get busted.
Next in the order is Desiree.
I shall continue to break the door.
Okay, roll a hit.
So 24.
Yeah, that hits. 24 hits. You got a bigger hole now, and it's about the size that everybody but you, Desiree, could fit in.
Even Paavu's shield?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you'd think that he'd go in first and then take the shield out with.
Either way, I'm not done here.
Yeah, you're slightly bigger than him.
Well,
No.
that one's not going to hit.
That's a dud.
And swing with offhand.
Could you not just rip it off its hinges by this point?
It's more fun to break stuff.
28 hits.
That is a lot of
You
dice.
also have to think here. This thing's probably gonna follow us.
Can't fit.
Yeah,
we're gonna
you can
go
fit
quickly.
now. You've
Gonna go
eventually
quickly.
busted through that. It would be like a little squeeze, meaning you'd have to make like a very, very low dexterity saving throw. What the?
Are we still
Not dexterity
in...
saving throw, dexterity check, Desiree. Everybody else is fine.
Fine.
It's a door.
Oh,
What's she gonna
it's
do?
at +1.
Miss her step on the other side and fall on her face?
Get stuck in the door.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah, you fit. Yeah, you fit. Yeah, you all squeeze through, and you hear behind you, "Sput!" And then you hear.
It's been a minute. It's been 2 rounds, though.
It's been 2 rounds.
Right?
I'm saying by at this point,
A minute is 6
we're
rounds.
out of combat at this point. Out of combat.
A minute is 10 rounds. Each round
Yeah,
is
10
6
rounds.
seconds. So
Out of combat.
Yeah, you just hear
But
sis
we've
pop
got a
and then
while.
it splorsh, and you
We've
see
got a-
the floor just get coated in this jelly.
Don't we have a hot minute to run away from this?
Yeah.
It's dead. It's
What?
It's dead and flattened against the wall. It looks like the robot is what
The
was kept
robot
keeping it
was
alive.
its core.
Well,
Yeah.
shit!
That's
All
what
right.
it freaking looked like. And you weren't targeting the robot, you were targeting it. So yeah, you enter into this thing again, you're freaking blasting.
Paavu will take another look at the robot and this time inspect it a bit more closely.
Roll investigation if you're looking closer.
Two.
You're like, huh, what's up with this weird cat? No, I'm joking. You just don't know.
Clearly a
what
robot,
it
but it's like,
Robot.
is. Weird.
you fucking powering this thing? Really?
Can I do... But I rolled really high on my insight. He thinks it's good.
the other door open or
Yeah, it's open. You get through and you see another Y chamber. There's a sign that points to the left that says, what's the next one? Where is it? You see a Y that
there's more
points.
doors?
Funny. You see a second set of signs. The one pointing to the left is called the Radiation Ventilation Maintenance Chamber, and the other side is Little Genius Buddy Bot R&D. He says.
All right.
He says, the Radiation Ventilation Maintenance Chamber is just where we clean out the vents and stuff. But that Little Genius Buddy Bot is something I'm making for the children of tomorrow, so that they get smarter and stuff. He says,
I
Can
think I
I-
could get smarter and stuff.
Can I walk like 30 feet away, put the gem down, and go back to everyone else to try and get away from it?
the Stone of Fire speech?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright. He says, I really like the robot.
All right. I don't trust this guy. So here's what I propose. I think it would be good if we take this stealthily. I think we should say we're going to go one way and then really go the other way. I have something that'll make us extra stealthy, and hopefully with that we'll be able to get the jump on him if he is being dangerous. Because he said nothing was going to be wrong. He said he'd be helping us.
And
But he's
also,
been-
I'm gonna like retcon. Roll a insight check on when he says what about the slime.
Oh,
Just someone roll like an insight.
I'll roll an insight.
I also want to roll an insight.
I'll roll it. See what happens.
That'd be 18.
That would be.
He was genuinely surprised. Like actually, like had no
Hey.
idea that there was. Yeah.
All right.
Even
Sometimes-
he doesn't notice. He had no idea.
Damn it, my rolls are garbage today.
Sometimes
Yes, something.
ignorance is more dangerous than malintent.
10
That's all I'm
minutes.
saying.
So you got the radiation ventilation maintenance chamber, and then the little buddy bot R&D to your right.
We find out what way he wants us to go and go the other.
Probably. Or at the very least, I'll go check it out and make sure.
Well, you can only
Nothing-
go through one door because if one person goes in, he very much implores that everybody goes in so that he can
We can employ
power
it.
off the other room and add some more time to those jets that keep it above the sea.
Okay, well, we can try and all go in stealthily. I have a couple things that will make those of us who are less inclined to stealth a little bit better. Alright? So we'll
Okay.
go the opposite and use stealth. Alright? Go team?
Sure.
Alright. And I walk over and pick up the stone again.
Right?
Is he still talking?
Yeah, you caught him and like, well, I did the voice work for the robot. I really like
Yes,
him.
that's all very well and good, but we have a world to save, right? So where are we going?
Right. I'd say the radiation ventilation chamber would be safer. I think.
Alright.
Just
Desiree
why
doesn't
is-
trust that for a second.
Why is the other one more dangerous? Just because the robot? Surely a child's toy shouldn't be dangerous, right?
yeah, but it isn't. Also, it's not just the robot; it's other stuff too. It doesn't matter. Both of them are pretty much equal. I'd say if I had a choice, if I were in your shoes and I had a choice between going to the radiation ventilation chamber or the little buddy bot R&D, I'd go to the radiation chamber.
Can I take a look at Desiree and Paavu's armor? I know Paavu has large sets of armor, but does Desiree have any armor on?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And mine gives stealth disadvantage, unlike Paavu's. I believe his
Paavu
does not.
doesn't?
You didn't have yours remade with mithril?
No, I went adamantine.
Okay. Well, then
I
will-
never really considered the concept of having
I will
both,
do-
but
Mine
Blessing
is
of
made
the
mithril.
excessive.
I will do Blessing of the Trickster on Desiree to negate that. Then
Okay.
Pass
Oh, nice.
Without a Trace, which is not concentration. Which is Pass Without a Trace is concentration. Blessing of the Trickster is just something I can do. So
Right.
everyone has plus 10 to their stealth rolls, and no one has disadvantage. Correct?
Whoa.
That would be so.
Dang it,
Alright.
I think it is.
Cool. So I guess we'll all go into the one where it's like the toy room, pretty much.
The little genius buddy bot R&D.
So
Yes.
are we
Wow, you did not
rolling it
connect
yet?
these walls well.
You walk through the door to the little genius buddy bot R&D, and
Are we
you
rolling our
hear,
stealth yet?
What is going on with my stuff?
No, I don't. Oh yeah, I'm watching that. I don't think you need to because there's like no one nearby.
Okay.
Lucas says as you walk through the door to the little buddy bot R&D room, and he says, "Okay, I guess ignore my suggestion or whatever." He says,
Not going to
and-
answer him.
You walk into the room and you see. Who did I say that under? Freaking NPCs or enemies? I don't remember.
I don't know.
You see in the middle of the room.
We're in a hallway.
See
at
in the
moment,
middle of the
just so you
room?
know.
Yeah, we're in the hallway.
Yeah, as you walk into the room, you see all along the walls like jets. It looks like, which is you don't understand,
So
and
slow right now.
like holes in the ground, and in
Boundaries
the middle of it, on a center pillar, you see this.
Whoa.
And it's not like its eyes aren't open, it's not smiling, it's just like three lines it's sleeping, and as the door shuts behind you, it like blinks and it plays a startup sound.
We're all being
And
super
it
stealthy
says-
at the moment. We're all
Um,
being super sneaky.
Right.
Stealthy.
what are you being sneaky for?
Sneaky stealthy, because we're being sneaky.
It's not your
All
place
right,
to
yeah.
question it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will be sneaky.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, like last time, the door is like powered off, and he says, "Okay, so you're in the little genius buddy bot room, if you run through his code, you should be able to power him off then, and it will add. Wow, 50 minutes to the timer. Jeez, that's
Why
a lot.
didn't you
It
do this
is coding
before?
time.
Why didn't you do this before?
He says, well, we were testing something as it went off, so I didn't
yeah?
really have the chance to shut it off.
And there's no
Jesus.
remote way to do it?
Great.
Well,
I could also just
yeah, but
smash the
first
bot.
you have to run through his code. He
Pa-
says,
Pa-
please
Paavu
don't
will-
do that. I very much
Paavu will
implore you
place
not
his
to do
hand
that.
on Desiree's axe as she starts to raise it.
I haven't raised it. I just suggested.
Alright, how do we shut it off?
He says, just run through it. He'll just quiz you on stuff. Just run through his code, and it should be fine. He
Is
says,
there not a plug?
well, no. It's connected to the pillar, so why would there be a plug?
You're
when it could
telling
just
me
be
it's
connected to the
directly
pillar?
connected to the power grid here.
Yeah.
So
wouldn't
why
it
don't
be?
we
What
just
the fuck's
disconnect
wrong
it
with
from
you?
that?
Because it's like under the floor. He says,
And you
I
said
can
it's
simply pull it off. You
on.
can always reconnect it later.
Yeah, but I
Right?
think it might be a little bit
I-
less effort just to go through the code, bros.
I have a question. So it's
For-
on currently right now, right?
it's in idle mode. Yes.
Does it seem like it can hear us?
How loud are you being? Are you just talking normal level, or are you whispering?
We're whispering.
Whisper.
I'd say we were whispering.
Yeah.
All right.
I
No,
would
then it's not powered on or anything. It's just in idle mode. The door is
I'd like
powered off, though. Thought the door is powered off.
start approaching it and kind of tap it on its screen, like the screen face, just to see
you-
if it'll get its attention.
Yeah, you tap it, its eyes just shoot open, and
Wanna tap it with my
freaking-
axe?
It just can I tap it with the sharp side of my axe super fast?
I asked if he wanted to tap it with my
And
axe.
I cast command on it. It's a creature.
Well, it's a
correct?
robot. No, it's a robot. It's a robot.
it's-
Construct.
Yeah, construct
well,
is it,
less of a.
Well, I mean,
Construct.
construct. A robot would
is a
qualify as construct.
Would it?
Yeah.
All right.
yeah. I would like to cast command and say off, and it has to make a wisdom save of 16. I'm being within the parameters of the thing. It says do a one-word command. If it's not directly harmful to it, and it fails, it has to do it until the end of its next turn. But if it's off,
Then it can't go on.
maybe.
Um,
So wisdom save of 16, if you do not mind.
I don't have modifiers, so whatever. Wisdom? All right.
Yes, wisdom.
He would have a high wisdom. Whatever.
Probably. Shit.
21.
Does it try to do anything in retaliation?
It just sort of like it backs up and it plays its startup sound, and it says, "That was a little, that was a little rude." It says, and he says,
Paavu
"Hello."
will cast command.
Okay.
Oh no. This is gonna...
How many of us know command? I'm curious. Do I know command?
Desiree does not. It's a cleric paladin spell, I
He says-
believe.
He says, "Hello, kids. Are you ready to learn? Please pick a difficulty setting." He says,
You didn't do the
Did
roll.
Paavu cast
The other one.
command yet?
"Oh, I
Yes,
didn't
I-
think.
I
I
cast,
thought you were joking.
I cast
Whatever."
command and say off. Damn it!
That was supposed to land on the 3, and it cheated. Xavier quit fudging the rolls.
Damn it, Xavier.
Would I be able
No.
to cast the spell
It's a-
again? I'll let you talk for 6 seconds until I can do it again.
It says,
Oh, good grief.
"Hello, kids. Are you ready to learn? Please pick a difficulty setting.
I
Child,
pick off.
adult, master. Child, adult, master."
I pick off and cast command again.
It's not
Yes.
okay.
Welcome back.
Let's do that again.
DC 16.
Let's do that again.
Shit!
He
Are you
says-
telling me he has an 18 charisma?
Yeah.
I 16.
No, not charisma. It's wisdom.
Wisdom? You're telling me he has an 18 wisdom?
It's a quiz bot.
It's a quiz bot. What do you expect?
Yeah, it would have high
Intelligence.
intelligence, but wisdom, really?
Yeah, that
Well,
would be
that's
intelligent
both brain.
Quizbot.
Wisdom.
If he's
Wisdom
big
is
brain.
connected to history. Wisdom is
Yeah.
connected to
Wisdom
history.
is not connected to history.
Wisdom is
Wisdom
not
is connected to
connected to
perception and insight.
Is it?
Wisdom
All-
would be more the realm of math and would
all
definitely
knowledge-
not be how it works for a computer.
Well, if it's a smart computer, I think it would still use
Yeah.
wisdom.
It would have some wisdom, but
It
not.
would be able to
freaking
extrapolate data and do all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And use
Friggin'
its...
don't make me
it's an
don't make
AI.
me question what I chose. Yes, it's got an 18 wisdom.
It's asking us questions. We're not asking questions of it.
But if
Desiree
you-
reaches
it
for the
needs to
child
know-
setting
needs to
and
know the
accidentally flubs it and pushes master. Let's see what happens.
Fool! No! I'm gonna use all my first level.
No,
I planned
there's
on
no
these
there's
first
no
level
button.
stuff.
It's just it says, "What are your names?"
I turn to the crystal and say, how the fuck do we go through its code?
It will
All
just
right.
ask you questions and you just answer them.
So we play the
alright.
game and it shuts off at the end?
Basically, yeah.
All right, you need names. I want to whisper to everybody. Should
Bear
we tell them
caller.
our real names?
Hello, Bear Caller.
Steel
It
Singer.
beeps once. Steel Singer beeps again.
Desiree
Drizzle.
points to Drizzle. This is Water Guy.
I'm Water.
Water Guy. Water Guy.
Is it asking our names?
Yes.
She totally wouldn't be able to come up with a new name for him. Turth, give him something fake.
Johnson.
Johnson. Please pick a difficulty. Adult. Wait, no. Child. Adult. Master.
Adult.
Master.
Why?
Okay, I'm gonna give you one more chance. Child, adult, master.
Adult.
Listen,
I'm an adult.
We need to get out of here alive, correct? And we need to do this quickly, correct?
I expect child to be a trap.
Why would he make a trap if he's... Fuck it.
Why would he
How
not give
many of
this
us
thing a
trust
freaking
him?
power plug so he can unplug it at will?
Because it's connected to the pillar.
Exactly.
Is it like a
That's
Bluetooth?
exactly the problem.
Is it like a
So-
wireless charging where we just need to pick it up and it turns off?
No, that's not how it works.
I've never heard of anything research and development where they connect it directly to the mains.
Well, the research and development room was made specifically for this robot.
So there would be an off switch somewhere.
Yeah, but I don't
Yes,
think we can
and
reach
that's
it right
what.
now.
Oh,
I don't think
that's-
we can
I,
reach the
I
output.
highly doubt that every time they need to restart this thing for bug fixes, they need to go through the entire thing whenever it's bugging out.
right, but it's
That's
not
the entire
hard
point of
if
research
you
and
know.
development room.
Yeah, but it's not hard if you know how to get to it. You don't know how to get to the main power grid.
Yeah,
Got that section of it off.
yeah, we may not.
I
there-
can
there-
simply
there's
rip
probably-
it out.
It's probably an
Child,
off switch, but
adult,
I don't think we
master.
can reach it. And
Master.
Adult.
okay, there's
Child,
probably an off
adult,
switch somewhere,
master.
but we do not
Master.
have the time to reach it.
Master selected. Please choose a category: magic, spelling, problem solving, math,
Spelling.
and history. Spelling selected.
Magic a little more.
And for the sake of the game and challenge, don't look any of the answers up, please.
Oh,
Just for
this
the
is
sake
an
of it.
actual thing we're doing.
Yeah, the natural thing we're doing. Yep.
I'm
Spelling
quite
selected. Please spell the name of the magical creature, Aarakocra.
I think.
Never mind.
I think it has two A's in the beginning.
A
right?
A R A K O C R A.
That's correct.
How the fuck did you know that?
My first character in 5e was an Aarakocra, so.
I'm asking Desiree.
What? I read books. What do you think I do in my downtime besides
No,
blacksmithing?
you don't.
Yes, I do. Y'all actually would know she's a total bookworm outside of blacksmithing and in her downtime.
Please select another category: magic, spelling, problem solving, math, and history.
Magic.
Yes, indeed.
Name.
Not a category she's likely to know.
Name.
Water
Name
guy.
Name a transmutation 3rd level spell.
Transmutation, 3rd level spell.
That's
No looking
very
up. No looking.
specific.
No Google. No Google.
Polymorph is a 4th level spell, so that's not going to be it. Transmutation. That would
Desiree
be-
only has 2 spells, and they're both divination. She couldn't help you with this. Sorry.
Looking at our own spell list doesn't count, does it?
Uh,
'Cause
no,
metal
I don't think it
second
would
level
count.
spell.
No, I think it's just like off the top of your head. You could roll Arcana as well. If
I'd
you-
like to roll
if you-
Arcana then.
fuck.
If you're like super stuck, you can roll a skill that would help with. Name a 3rd level transmutation spell.
Meld into stone is not one, is it?
Is it 3rd level?
I'm
Heat
pretty
level
sure
is
it's 3rd
second
level.
So that one's out. Or heat metal.
Meld. The only problem is I don't know if meld into stone is transmutation.
Hold on, I'm looking up 3rd level transmutation spells for me.
Paavu wouldn't know.
I'm
any.
not sure they're-
His-
Off
his
the top
highest
of my
is
head, I can't remember any. I'm not even sure there are. Because transmutation is generally reserved for kind of higher level stuff. Unless you're like doing alchemy turning. But that's not even a fucking.
Really, meld into stone is the only thing I like that I can remember off the top of my head that could be it.
I mean, I'm sitting here looking. There are actually quite a few, surprisingly, and some that
Awesome!
some of y'all would have, but Desiree wouldn't know them because she doesn't have them.
Paavu doesn't have access to 3rd level spells yet.
Oh wait, what about erupting earth? I remember that spell, but I don't know if it's transmutation.
What, erupting
what?
Earth?
Yeah,
That sounds like it would be transmutation.
I mean, I can answer that for you,
Just like
you should
evocation.
not.
but
Can I do an Arcana roll to remember if erupting earth is a transmutation spell?
Huh?
Can I do an Arcana roll to see if erupting earth is
I mean,
transmutation?
if you have one on your character sheet, your character would know that.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to look at my own sheet.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
hold on.
Is Eruptor? I don't. Is it?
it is technically.
Is it
Erupting
3rd
Earth?
level?
Yes,
It is a
it's 3rd level.
transmutation. All right, and I know it.
I was
so-
curious, like what spells at 3rd level qualified, so I went to D&D Beyond and just filtered 3rd level transmutation. I was like, huh,
Dang
there's
it, I
actually
should have
quite
done
a
that
few.
too.
All right, erupting earth. Do I have to type it in or say it?
Nah, just say it. He goes. That's correct.
Yeah.
Please choose another category.
Radical.
Magic, spelling, problem solving, math,
I
and
turn-
history.
Problem solving.
I turn to the gem and say, how many of these do we need to do?
You should be able to do just 3 normal questions and a quick bonus round.
What does a bonus round mean?
I don't want. I don't
think
want.
a bonus
want to
round
Does
spoil
the
Well,
it.
bonus
it's a
round
bonus.
include smashing this thing with my axe?
I
Please say
very
yes.
much prefer if it wasn't. So you
Anyway,
picked
We're
problem
gonna have
solving.
some words, and I stuff it back in my pouch.
So you picked problem solving.
Problem solving?
Yes.
Yeah, she.
I am really
Desiree
good with
said
math,
problem
but the
solving.
person my daughter that I base this character on, not a math kid. Her sister is.
All right. The hodgepodge says, 3 houses occupy a lonely village in the wilderness. One house is red, one is yellow, the other blue. The houses are occupied by 3 beings: a dwarf, an orc, and a human. One of those 3 owns the sharpest axe in the land. Another, the most balanced sword in the land, and another, the heaviest hammer in the land. Using the following clues, please tell me the color of each house from left to right, the occupants of each house, the weapons of each person. The clues.
This is a logic puzzle. This is not something to be done out loud. This.
Yeah, dude, this is something we have to
no.
freaking write down to
I
do.
love logic puzzles.
I love
but fuck
logic
trying to
puzzles,
do them
but
by ear.
we don't have time for this kind of thing.
Could I do an insight check
On what? For what?
to try and piece together this? Because this seems like a wisdom kind of thing, rather than straight intelligence.
Yeah, I'll read
Hold on,
out
can I
the
also-
clues out. I'll read it out loud and
Hold
then
up.
just send it into Foundry. The clues are: the dwarf and the orc hate each other and refuse to be neighbors. The human lives in the blue house. The orc does not use swords. The
Wait.
yellow house contains the hammer. The
That's
human
Oh, wait, hold
lives
on,
the
hold
left
on.
of the dwarf. The red
This
house
wasn't
is
what
on
you
the far
originally
left.
did.
Can you
Slow
slow down? Can you slow
down!
This is something that would be printed out. This is not a riddle. This is a logic puzzle.
All right, I'll
Do
send it
something
in.
else.
Holy freaking crap, man!
Well, at the very
Also-
least, can you paste it in chat?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Fuck, dude.
No, I'm just using Hodgepodge. Would have read it fast because you did pick master.
That's fair.
Freaking come on, Boundary. Don't be dumb.
We can also pick my ex goes through it, and I'm not really worried what the guy thinks.
Or we can pick something that would actually be said out loud and not a freaking logic puzzle.
Right?
That's the logic puzzle. 3 houses occupy a lonely village in the wilderness. One is red, one is yellow, the other blue. The houses are occupied by 3 beings, a dwarf, an orc, and a human. One of these 3 owns the sharpest axe in the land. The other, the most
so
balanced
it's
sword in
either
the
the
land.
dwarf or the orc that needs to come first. Human lives in the blue house, meaning the blue house, blue house in the middle, the human in it.
The orc does not use swords.
Meaning,
Sorry. The human lives in the left. Human lives to the left of the dwarf.
The left
When
of the
you
dwarf
give me
means
your
dwarf is on the
answer,
right.
When
Yeah,
you
it
give me
means
your
dwarf
answer,
is on
give
the
me
right.
the answers in the order of the houses from left to right, the occupants from left to right, and the weapons from left to right. It says.
orc is on the
Okay, so
left.
if human is middle,
Orc left, human middle, dwarf right.
you know,
Blue middle.
orc doesn't use an axe, so that is, you know, this is with yellow and blue.
Okay, so the red house is
The
on the
yellow
far
house.
left. So the orc is
Orc
the red
does not
house.
use swords. The yellow house contains the hammer.
Meaning,
the human lives on the left of the
that means
dwarf.
the red house must
is
have
on
the
the far left.
axe, right?
Red house is on the
Sure.
left, which means the orc it lives in the red house.
Yep, red house orc with the axe. The dwarf lives in the yellow house with the hammer. And the human lives in the blue house with the sword.
Do you have your answer? Hodgepodge says.
Think we do. So,
Yeah.
just to
So
I'm
from
gonna
left
type
to
it,
right,
'cause
give
I
me
said-
and from left to right, give me the colors of the house, the order of the occupants, and the order of the weapons.
I'm just doing this to make sure, and so
I
you guys
didn't
can go
catch them.
over.
Please provide your answer.
Hammer. Right. Does this look right to you guys? Oh wait, axe right? I thought.
Or, wait,
No, the
I
hammer's in the
say-
yellow room.
I read it wrong.
All right. So you said left to right, yeah? So
That is correct.
So it must be the left house is red with the orc and the axe. The human must be in the middle, and the blue house with the sword. Meaning the dwarf must be totally in the yellow house on the right with a hammer in it.
That's correct. According to the
Radical.
matrix of answers you've given me, you have gotten them all correct. Please choose a category.
Wicked.
Magic, spelling, problem solving. No, wait. Let's leave out problem solving because that's a big one. Magic, spelling, math, and history.
I like magic. Do you guys want to do magic again?
I like magic.
History. I like history. We've already done magic.
I don't know much about history.
Well, I do. I read constantly.
We also, as players, don't know much about the history of this world.
You could roll a history check. Like I
Something has a
said,
chance that
I like how
everything
Drizzle
else
just
is
answered 2
up
other
to-
questions with
like
while
I
having the
like I
lowest
said,
intelligence.
if you don't know the answer yourself, you can roll a dice to see if your character knows the answer.
All right.
We don't think our strengths lie in history, guys.
Well, we've done 3. The bonus should be this time.
magic, spelling, problem solving, math, not problem solving, math, and history.
Can I try and start very quietly going around to the back of it?
Sure.
I'm assuming because it's facing all of us, correct?
Yeah.
I'd like to try and I still have Pass Without a Trace up, so I'm going to try and stealthily go behind it to see what the back of it looks like. If there's like any hatches or anything.
Nah, it's just the normal, the back of a normal toy. It has like a screw hatch that you'd assume would be for changing batteries. But nothing much else.
Can I try very, very quietly and very subtly try to go around the back and unscrew that?
I don't think he would have the screwdriver for it. I don't think.
I have these tools.
Whoa. I think these tools are for picking locks, not for unscrewing.
I have an axe.
You can also. Could I use it in like, because you know how you can use like a coin to unscrew stuff? Can I use it in like kind of that way?
I think it's more
Improvise
like.
it?
I think it's more towards a star bit, with like the hole in the middle.
Torx bit.
Huh?
Oh.
A security Torx bit.
Yeah, basically yes.
Could I use Mage Hand and wait? Give me a second. Let me see if I have anything that might.
Please choose a category: magic, spelling, math, and history.
I think we're better. Wait, so it's spelling, math, and history, you said?
Magic,
Oh,
spelling,
magic.
math, and history.
I think we're better off going with magic again.
Yeah.
Fine.
Magic.
Name a 5th level divination spell.
Immune.
That's correct. Dang it. It says, please choose another category:
Wait.
math, magic, spelling.
I
math,
take out
and
the
history.
crystal and say, "Yeah, it's been 4. There's been no bonus round. What are you pulling?"
There should be. What the? He says, put the stone next to him.
Put the stone next to him, or it. Sorry.
The Hodgepodge says, please choose a category: magic, spelling, and then Lucas interrupts it by saying problem solving. It says problem solving 055237, and the face of it turns. The face of it turns, instead of the normal friendly face that you'd assume would be on a child's toy, it turns like red and gets angry, it looks like, and it says, communications detected. You guys aren't cheating, are you? It says. And the room starts to glow blue, and Lucas says, what the heck? This isn't what's supposed to... And it
Paavu
fizzles out.
elbows Desiree. I think now it's time to smash it.
Why didn't you just let me do that in the first place? I thought you'd never ask.
Far as we know.
Hodgepodge.
Were you rolling initiative?
Hodgepodge says, please choose a category: magic, spelling, math, and history.
We were told that you would stop after 3 questions. You will now stop.
I will not stop until you become geniuses.
I'm not sure that this
36 damage.
Yeah.
this is the crit. Would this be considered a crit, Xavier?
No. I'd say if you were able to,
That is a
cast whatever what did you cast on it that was only able to be done with creatures?
Yeah,
it's not an object.
Technically, so the first one would go through as 44 damage, but the second one would just be a normal hit. Since you're not breaking an object, you're breaking a construct.
Oh, that's a good point.
Ugh. It's an object as far as I'm concerned.
It's
but
a
okay.
It's not.
It's a
It's a
construct.
construct.
It's a construct.
Fine, let's
I
see what
tried
the first
convincing you
two-
that it was an object first, but no, it was a
We'll
construct.
just half the damage of the first.
In
one.
other words, why am I bloodied now?
What? I think you did
It
it on
took the
yourself.
damage to you, not to it.
What the heck? Wait, hold on.
Because
For some reason,
because
it doesn't have
the
health.
construct wasn't targeted.
You played yourself.
It doesn't have health for some reason.
It actually won't let me target the construct, it seems.
Because the construct doesn't have any health. That works.
There we go.
Yeah, no, it works for me.
Mm,
It worked for you, it seems. I see the little dot.
Okay, so my second attack did 44 damage. The first one did...
18.
Oh, actually, it did 46. The first one did 12 for... What's my strength bonus of 4, plus the 2 from rage. So, yeah,
do-
actually I did 20.
all right, so total that would be. Because I'm terrible
I
at
got
head
22
math.
damage.
You get like a bit of its shoulder padding off, and it says, "Be careful, children. You're playing a little rough." And
Oh.
it says, "Accessing R&D facilities. Accessing flame jets." Roll a dexterity saving throw.
7.
Not dex. Yeah, dex
Who?
saving throw. All of you. Oh, you roll dex.
Would my shield master come into play here?
I don't think so.
What?
If
Does it
we're
affect-
all rolling it, no. Ooh, hold
It's-
on.
Shield
I have
Master
to check
is
something real quick.
specifically for like an attack, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, we rolling dex saving throws right now.
I
Nope.
guess so.
Yeah, hold on. Can I see the origin of this?
Coming from the jets in the walls. Jets in the walls, holes in the floor, you see. I said you
Oh,
saw
that makes
those when you walked in, I said.
Coming from
Hold
too many
on.
directions for me to be able to block to my shield, yeah.
Ooh, 15.
God damn it.
What?
Well,
7.
Okay. Paavu, you don't
So-
pass it.
thanks to the
Drizzle,
fact
what'd
that
you
I
roll?
can see it, my danger sense allows...
Drizzle, what'd you roll?
15.
Drizzle, you pass it.
Ooh.
Paavu doesn't. Drizzle does.
Got a 21.
Turth, you pass it.
17.
And Desiree, you pass it. If freaking Foundry would load for me, I can roll damage. I'll roll your damage, Paavu.
Is it just Papa who takes damage?
Yeah, just I think it's either just Nope, it's half damage for everybody who
2,
passes.
44. So it's taken 66 damage from my axes.
That is. Frick! Why can't I do math? 7.
So half to 3.
Yeah. Pava, you take 7. Turf, you take 3. Desiree, you take 3. Jizzle, take 3. It says.
Okay, and I also
Careful,
get it
children, you're
halved, so
playing.
am I taking 2 or 1?
Are you raging?
Yes, that was the first thing I did. That's why I only swung twice at it instead
1.
of 3 times.
1.
1? Okay.
Be careful, you're playing a little rough.
After that, are we rolling initiative now?
No.
Oh.
If you want to continue attacking it.
Pablo
mean,
It
wishes.
says,
Pablo
I'm
wishes.
swinging
Please
until it's
play.
dead.
please play a little more gently. We're about to get to the bonus round.
Off! And I cast command.
Okay.
DC 16.
Oh,
9,
Oh, that doesn't make it then.
15. Frick!
Off!
it says it starts to like power off. You can see the eyes start to close, leading to the motherboard, and he says, "Wait."
Oh, good. I reach in and I rip the motherboard out, and then I throw it on the ground and I break it with my axe repeatedly. because I'm
Okay.
tired of this.
Okay, you do that. You do that, and the speaker just starts and
Whoa.
the doors don't open.
Well, of course not. I already broke the door.
Oh right, you broke the door.
Like, I just smashed the door repeatedly.
As
You
as
were
you
smashing
walk,
the entire time we were trying to reason with the fucking thing.
Yeah. You just heard clang, clang, clang until she finished.
Yeah, there's Christ.
oh man, why?
Now I got another door over here, really?
Yeah,
Oh, looks like it's the hallway to the other way, too.
freaking. Ugh, right.
Looks like passing
Gosh.
up a door. Here, yeah, there's a door right here.
Oh,
Yep.
Freaking God. I gotta freaking move turf by
I want
arrows.
to make it a point to say that Drizzle's usual resting, smiling face is now a neutral face.
Come on, don't come on.
Desiree is at this point no longer
Paavu raised
frothing at
his
the
hammer
mouth.
to his face. I guess your name is Words for a little while. Given Turret's comment of earlier is of we're gonna have some words for you.
As you walk out of the room, the pendant goes on again, and the
I
pendant
love
goes
how
on
it's
again.
just a black spot in the middle of the room.
Yeah, we'll cover that next session. But
Yeah, I was
as you
gonna say-
walk out, the
Did you not
The thing
use the
powers
curved
back on.
walls that I have a very specific
Yeah, I did.
thing for?
Yeah, I
You
did.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Because they look like they don't look like curved walls. That's weird.
Oh, look, there's another freaking crystal
no,
golem.
I got rid of it.
Really?
I got rid of it. I was doing that to cancel out. Yeah, as you walk out, you see in the middle of the room a big pillar.
It's still going.
Okay. As you walk up to the pillar, you see pinned to the pillar a piece of paper, and on the piece of paper you see on the note, it says, crashed into the ventilation system, going on ahead, meet you in main lobby elevators, K. And K is how they signed it, not meet you in the elevators, K. And as you reading that, you see coming around the pillar, scrumbled together robot, and it says, hello?
Desiree
session.
immediately smashes it with her axe because she's tired of
No.
robots.
Give the robot a chance.
Give the robot a chance. Yeah, it's a little. It's
Yeah, she doesn't trust robots anymore. You've ruined robots for her. At this point,
yeah.
I can't think she's not going to smash the dang robot.
Hey, if it will make you feel any better, it's in the NPCs folder, not the not the enemies folder. You see
Aw,
that?
He's a little
Yeah,
boy.
it still gets smashed.
It doesn't. We can't see them because you haven't revealed that folder to us, or the content of that folder.
Right, but just trust me, I have it in NPCs. All right, yeah, you see that, and it says hello. Cut
Hello
the session.
there.
The question is somebody going to stop me from smashing this thing immediately?
I would say.
And the
Drizzle
question is,
probably
will and the
hold his hand towards you and like motioning. Hey, just wait a bit.
Yeah, Drizzle has stepped in front of you, so between
Yeah, I
you
can't-
and the robot.
Fine.
all right, end the session there.